Good morning. Good morning. Merry day after Christmas. Started a little late, stayed up a little late. It was a special day yesterday. Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2, released at 8 o'clock. 3 episodes over 3 hours of content. It was fantastic. It was really cool. It was worth staying up for. Also, you want to avoid spoilers, so it's important that you watch things when they release. So me and the kids, when we got home from our Christmas shenanigans, which was, oh man, I think it was probably closer to 10 o'clock before we turned it on. I think Finn almost made it through the first episode. Monkey made it through about an episode and a half. She's a trooper. I stayed up through all 3 episodes. It was a ride. There's a lot that they've set up for the finale. They did a lot of stuff. We're not going to get into spoilers, obviously. It just came out, but spoiler-free thoughts. They did a lot of good stuff to set up some of the characterization to put it where they want it to be for the finale. You can see them positioning characters for how they want to leave the characters for when the show eventually ends on New Year's Eve. But it was really cool. There's a lot of questions that have been asked from season 1 of this show. A lot of potential, a lot of theories, a lot of stuff that people discuss and debate, myself included. We were at Christmas dinner at my mom's house, hanging out over there, and my oldest daughter, Emma, and my brother were sitting there talking about it. And now I just realized how fun it is when shows are good and everybody's getting to watch them together, because we're sitting there excited, like super excited, throwing theories out, like, like our energy is up and we're just going back and forth. And I'm happy to say that my brother had this locked down, like, and he's not even like crazy like on the internet or reading a bunch of theories. He's just like, yeah, I think it's this because if you XYZ, I'm like, dude, that would be cool. And it was that. Good morning, Steph. Sent you the link if you want to hop on. Good morning, Bo. Hey, man, and everybody else. I got Captain America Omni by Nick Spencer, Volume 2 for Christmas. Nice. Yeah, if anybody's watching and you want the link to hop on, just message me. I'll shoot you the link over on Instagram. Happy to have anyone on. Rob's not going to be able to make it today. The day after Christmas is obviously a little weird. A lot of people travel. A lot of people stay up late. A lot of people have to go back to work. Also, me. I'll be doing a shorter stream today because I do have to go into work. But that's just the way the holidays be. It's the way the holidays be. Stephanie, here's a secret too. You can copy the link, Stephanie, and if you then open your own email and just paste the link into the body of the email, then you can click on it. But I'm sending this to you right now. Boom, 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 boom. Compose email. Forget that you want the email version. Boom, boom. There you go. Emailed to you. Ugh. What is going on, homie? I think that's Marty. I can't tell because the ats are different. Neutron was pretty basic. Yeah, it was good, man. I enjoyed it. Sorry to break your heart. Yo, you're not breaking my heart, man. A lot of people have bad taste. Adding you to the list, Bo. Adding you to the list. I can't, but thank you. Yeah, it was pretty solid. Pretty solid. But yeah, they man, there was like big visual moments as well in these 3 episodes. Some huge spectacle moments like that. It was kind of a high water note that they did with the with what they did with Will at the end of volume 1. That was massive. That was crazy. I would say that those first 4 episodes hit a lot harder than these 3. But if you remove episode 4. You know, if you just do 3 to 3 episodes, these 3 have a whole lot more in them. That reveal though was nuts. That reveal in episode 4 was nuts. But I'm very excited for the New Year's Eve finale. Might go through and watch some of this one again. I went back and rewatched episode 4 a few times. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Let's see. What else is another big thing? Made the thumbnail, the Avatar movie. How many people have either here that are watching have got out and seen Avatar yet? There's a very unique phenomenon that happens between the Avatar franchise and like this corner of the community that I hang out in. I'm a huge Avatar fan. I see all the movies on the big screen, typically numerous times. I get excited about them. I own like every Avatar comic book that's ever been released. I own all these McFarlane figures. I've got displays up in my room. I really enjoy the Avatar movies. No problem, homie. Have a good one. And people like to joke and clown about the movies. But what happens with them is everyone in the world goes and sees these movies. Like literally almost everyone in the world goes and sees these movies except for a large number of people in this little corner of the community. Now Avatar Fire and Ash. Avatar Fire and Ash. Yeah, these ones, the 1 and 2. There is stuff going on with I think this is the last Airbender one, right? The Ang Lee movie. I love you too, Bo. Love you too. Sleep well, Prince. Let's see. Pull this up. Boop, boop, boop. These movies here. The Avatar Fire and Ash. Wish I knew how to zoom in easily. Avatar Fire and Ash. This movie hasn't been out a week yet. Today will mark a week, I believe. What's today? It's Friday. So yeah, today has been out 1 week. It has experienced 1 weekend at the box office. And this isn't updated yet, but it's already crossed $500 million. Already over $500 million at the worldwide box office. This one that'll update later today from yesterday's numbers is already sitting at 472,593,465. Absolutely crushing it. And it's, what's up, Jim? Good morning, man. Happy Merry after Christmas. Third film in the franchise, and with it only having been out, if you rewind the clock 3 days. You rewind the clock 3 days with this only having been released for 4 days. Avatar is the highest grossing film franchise in all of history. Let me repeat that. Avatar has made more money as a film trilogy than any other film trilogy in history. That includes Disney's Star Wars sequels, which despite how people feel about them, people went to go see them. You know, I'm not saying people don't regret those decisions. They definitely do in high numbers. But people got out and went to see them. You know, they were still hopeful at that time. That also includes the amazing the Spider-Man trilogy, which is high up there as well. It includes the Dark Knight trilogy. And I think number 3 on the list is the Jurassic World trilogy. That does not include Rebirth, and it does not include the Jurassic Park films, just the first 3 Jurassic Worlds. But Avatar has already outperformed, and outmoneyed all those other trilogies with just 2 movies and 4 days with the third one. That's how massive these things are. That's how ridiculously massive these things are. Now, one record that might be in trouble, that it might be looking at potentially losing, is if you look at the first film in the Avatar franchise, it made like some ungodly number, like $2.9 billion. It has had the luxury of a couple of re-releases. When Avatar The Way of Water was coming out, Avatar was re-released, and it did pretty well for a 13-year-old re-release. It also had one between its original release and that. And I don't believe I saw anything for it getting a re-release before Fire and Ash. I know that Avatar Way of Water got a re-release for one day only kind of thing. So I don't know if that's really considered as much as a re-release as just like a special screening night. What happened with that one was they just gave people the opportunity to watch it. Like I think like 2 weeks, 3 weeks out before the third movie, which makes a lot of sense. These films are back to back, Way of Water and Fire and Ash, literally back to back. It's the same story, part one, part two. The films take place about 2 to 3 days apart from each other. James Cameron stated that it was just one big script and it just was way too big, so they just cut it in half. And it's funny thinking that, because both of these films at comfortably over 3 hours could be cut in half into multiple parts themselves. That just makes me enjoy him even more, though. He cuts nothing for time. It's there. He wrote it. It's there. It has a purpose. It services the stories. The characters are getting immersed and experiencing the world of Pandora. Why would you cut it? Just make more movie. It works out good that way. What is going on, D-Bone? Good to see you in here. Hope you had a good Christmas. Mad respect. What's going on? Thanks for the Monsters foil going over to Pops. A very fair price and even more beautiful in hand. Awesome, man. Yeah, I've got 4 more foil ones and 6 more non-foil ones sitting over here next to me that are going over to him. So be on the lookout. More on the way. More on the way. I haven't posted that video, but I got like 10 more. They're getting posted in the YouTube Shorts. I posted one of them on Christmas Eve. We got 9 more to post. Some really cool ones, and try to sell them for the cheapest price out of anybody out there. Tries to beat everybody else's price. Ooh, that's insane. So here's the big thing. With all these movies that get released, whether it's the next superhero, air quotes here, blockbuster, or if it's like the next Jurassic Park or even something like F1, doesn't matter what it is. The goal of these film studios, all of them, without exception, is for their films to have legs. What's happened over like the past decade with the way that like fandoms get attached to these franchises, these IPs, especially with the MCU, how they built up the Infinity Saga, everyone wanted to get out and watch and see it in that first weekend. They didn't want to get any spoilers. They wanted to get the little nugget of information on what's the next big chapter coming ahead. We don't really realize or think about or talk about too often how much trailers used to mean, or announcements used to mean. You know, if we're watching, rewind the clock, and you watch that first Iron Man movie that was released by Paramount, and you get that Nick Fury reveal at the end, you're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I want them to announce next movie, so where the sky is the limit. Like, we have no clue. What are they going to do with this? This hasn't been done before. What's the next superhero that we get to see brought to life? Who will he be fighting? What villain could they possibly, like, there was a lot that would get you really, really excited. You would look forward to the trailer, all of it. Like, you just didn't know what direction it was. So few characters had been done in comparison to how many have made it to the big screen today. So what theaters really started seeing happen is everybody just going on that release weekend. It got to, especially in the later phases, post Endgame, it got to the point where everybody who was going to see these movies went and saw them in the first 3-4 days, from like Thursday to Monday. They went and seen them, and then the movie dies. Like, it has this death knell 55%. Like, God, I think one of them even hit an 80% second weekend drop. Now, some people might think all you care about is numbers. Why do people just talk about numbers, the movie instead? No, numbers matter. Numbers matter in a big way because numbers are reflective of the audience, of the fans, of the bank account that fuel and funnel to these projects and keep them going. It's also a reflection of the overall acceptability of them. If you don't have a fan base accepting your product, you will not continue to have a product. If you have a fan base that doesn't show up or responds negatively to your franchise, you can expect the studio to start making changes to your franchise. So the numbers matter if you're somebody who's an actual fan of the franchise and you're trying to figure out, or you wonder about, or you're curious about how it might play out farther down the road. Like we've all cared about, how will this play out down the road? I want to see the after credits so I get a clue on how this plays out down the road. I want to know if this performs well so I can know if I can expect it again. But these massive drops absolutely crush these films. What studios want to see, the magic number that they want to see, is they want to see something in the 30% or lower. Like if you have a 30% second weekend drop, like 30, 36%, 33%, you have a movie that at least has early signs of legs. That's a crazy great sweet spot that they want to be in. Just finished Stranger Things. Jeez. Bunch of ice cream emojis. Look at that. Well, Avatar is tracking to have approximately a 20% second weekend drop, which is ridiculously low, unheard of low. And what's fun about these, being a fan of these movies, is as much as people like to clown on them, I like to joke about them too with people. As much as people like to clown on them, there's a genuine group of people, typically I would say that they're chronically online individuals, that think because they don't watch the movies or they don't care, that there's not a cultural impact, there's not a genuine excitement, and they voice their concerns and their criticisms. They bet against James Cameron. It's just crazy. They bet against the Avatar franchise. I went through this with Way of Water. There's a 13-year gap between the first Avatar and Way of Water. I could understand some people saying it's been a long time, I don't think this one will perform as good as they want it to, but a lot of people saying it's been too long, this movie will flop, this movie this. And those people were made to look a fool. So then after that, now it's only been just a couple years. Now they're changing the narrative up to, well, it has no cultural impact. It makes money, but it has no cultural impact. I guess because in their place, in their world, their tiny little slice of life, which that's all we all really experience, is our own tiny little slice of life. They don't have it. They don't do it. That would be like me saying, like baseball doesn't have any cultural impact. You can't find a baseball bat and baseball and glove and go play out in my backyard. We don't have that. We have other stuff, but baseball isn't one that we have. But that'd be crazy for me to say. But this film's tracking to do incredibly well. It's tracking similar in ways and different in ways than Avatar: The Way of Water. Avatar: The Way of Water opened to a larger first weekend audience by a little bit. Nothing crazy, less than 100 million. But this one has a significantly smaller second weekend drop than Way of Water did. And these movies are very similar to Top Gun Maverick in a sense that people just keep going to see it. People keep going back to see it. People will go see it and they talk about it like, yo, did you see that? You need to go check it out. It's like an amusement attraction. It's like a whole trip to Disney World just right there at our local theater. Completely worth the time. Is bananas. Bananas. And unlike a lot of other movies right now, in this weird time era that we're in, when foreign cinema is made like a massive come up in the past couple of years, this one still performs well. really well overseas. Morning, baby. Morning. Huh? I think this one's performs any and everywhere, really, except for like Russia. Russia doesn't get the same. They don't have the same cinema breakdown and formula like we do. For reasons, I think a lot of Hollywood does not send films to Russia, so they have like these big ways of loopholing and going around to. They pretty much just pirate or show unlicensed, unpermitted versions of movies. They do stuff like attach them to other Russian films, short films, stuff like that, screenings and all this. But through the holidays, I don't know if those numbers somehow get tracked. I don't know if any of the income somehow goes to these American films. I don't think they do, since they're having to pirate them. 1000%, Marcus. I was laying in bed thinking about, I don't think a lot of general audience people know how to let a show they like come to an end. And that'll be a little topic to probably get to right after this. But Russian cinemas are doing no Avatar until January 6th or something like that, because they want all the income through the holidays to be able to go to like their local made movies and stuff, which that makes sense for any country. But it just made me wonder, since they pirate all these big American blockbusters, how does it affect any money? I guess they're just wanting the money to go to the people that made other movies, not necessarily the cinemas. So as a reminder, if anybody wants a link to hop on, feel free to message me on Instagram. It's going to lock. So yeah, Stranger Things is amazing. The haters couldn't matter less to me. They're fun to talk to. I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the stream, but I really enjoyed this volume 2. You can tell that they're positioning everybody to where they want them to be on like a character development level. Some of those conversations between people, those one-on-ones, took place during these 3 episodes, so that they're close to the finish line for their characters, where they're going to be what you kind of expect. There's some cool little symbolism and stuff in some of the episodes that make me think, oh, are they going to do this or are they going to do that? But I enjoyed it thoroughly. I've got no complaints from it. I'm not too sure what people would complain about. I honestly don't know what a general complaint for the season would be. The only thing that has thrown me off is the random food advertisements. Is yeah, people just like just perfectly holding drinks. The worst part about that, I think, is in volume 1, when Murray shows up and he's passing out the food. It's for food from like 1984, and it's stuff that they don't sell in the stores anymore. It's almost like the best and worst of product placement you can imagine in that case. Like, hey, you remember these from your childhood? And you're like, I do. I wish I could have them, but now I can't. They don't exist anymore. Oh man, one of the coolest things, again, I'm not getting into spoilers and stuff, but one of the coolest things that the Duffer Brothers promised us that they would give us this final season is kind of the breakdown of what is exactly the Upside Down and all the stuff. I was incredibly happy with how that was presented. That was done really, really well. Let's see. As far as shows ending, last night when I was watching, I was thinking like, I've got one episode left, over 2-hour finale. Sticking the landing is one of the, I guess, like the biggest task that any showrunner has. It's hard enough to come up with and make one of these shows that people want to tune into every week, talk about with friends, but to actually stick the landing where your show is remembered properly, that's such a huge task. there's so many shows that people consider some of the best, and they have these highly controversial endings. Let's see. Locke says, I'm waiting for all the episode drops for Stranger Things before I watch. There's only one episode left to drop, and that's less than a week away now. You might as well start watching them. If you watch an episode a night, you would still not finish it before it all came out. I'm debating if I want to cry in a public theater for the finale. What's your prediction for it? What are you predicting could potentially make you cry? You die, I die. That got me. But there's a lot of the best shows of all time have some of the most controversial endings ever, right? Like The Sopranos is one of the shows held in the highest regards, one of the most controversial endings of any and all shows of all time. Lost, same way. Lost suffered from the unique time era of going through that first real writer strike through that, what was that, season 4 or 5, something like that. Like, it'd be nice to watch that way, but I had to avoid spoilers 100%. Yeah, I don't do the spoiler thing. I always thought it was weird, like being a fan of something, looking forward to it, like highly anticipating it, wanting to see the next chapter in the story, the next step in these people's lives. I never could just wait. I'm like, dude, I've marked the calendar ahead of time. I've made plans to the best of my ability, kind of thing, and I'm there. What are this? I'm seated. I care about these characters so much. The last show to do this to me was The Expanse. There you go. Didn't The Expanse get brought back? Like, is that one currently going on either Apple or Amazon? I feel like that was one of those shows that came out for a few seasons and went away for a little while, but then came back. I haven't ever checked it out. I got to put that on the list. You know, the Duffer Brothers aren't the only people that are the big wigs in the creation of this show. What's the other person? He's like the producer for the Deadpool stuff. He produces this. They were talking in an interview about how they were very, very confident, that they've worked on and focused on the finale to Stranger Things so much that they're confident that they have stuck the landing, that they're going to leave this in a very specific way. But there's other Stranger Things content out there. There's this animated thing that's planned to come out. I'm not the biggest fan of all like these animated additions to these franchises and stuff. Not that it's not cool. It's just, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, I want to see the story. I want the lore. But like, I'd say a little bit better, and half the time I end up not caring, couldn't care less. And the story and lore they give us it's cool, but you watch it and you're like, yeah, it's not stuff that I actually needed. It didn't bring more value than the time I wasted on it. What's going on, Paul? What's going on, Steven? Good to see y'all. Brian LCS, what's up, homie? 2026 collecting goal is to gobble up Stranger Things comics. What up, LCS? Sledge, what's going on? I wish it was a finale. There will be 100 spinoffs because that's all they know to do. Yeah, they announced that cartoon prequel thing, and then there's the stage play that's the Vecna prequel. That's about that was about interesting and intense. You know, we're this season already with the first 4. You know, they gave us the little tease of the lore with Vecna, getting the next chapters of that. You know, Brad Pitt comes by and what's in the box? What's in the box? I'm looking forward to that a lot. Though the visuals in this are off the charts. Absolutely off the charts. Going on 90. There's a lot of good stuff to look forward to. I think the only thing that would just sit with me wrong, well, after the fact, is like a personal view of it, is I just don't want Steve Harrington to die. I know that's pretty generic. A lot of people say, and I'm in that camp. Like, any and all of them can go out like a hero, or just turn a corner and get dropped out of left field, and it would be impactful and it would be upsetting, and ultimately I would be fine in a few hours. But if Steve or Dustin gets killed, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I think that one would really sit on me a little bit more heavier. Those characters are just more memorable, more lovable. There's something about them. I think there's more Stranger Things stories to tell. What am I saying? Dude, there's so many Stranger Things stories to tell, right? I think, dude, look how much lore we have now. And it's not even like we have more lore now. Like the lore that they could explore from these other characters, especially a little bit in the past, like early Dr. Brenner days, exploring these places and stuff that our crew are just now getting an understanding of so much, so much. And I would enjoy all of that. I'm also in the Protect Steve camp. Yeah, right. Like I feel like that's got to be the biggest camp of if you could only save one person from the cast. I'd say like 9 out of 10 people would say Steve. And I don't know what it is about him. It's just it's almost like he's like the most innocent character on the show. He started out as supposed to be like the big D bag, and I don't think that actor did the greatest job portraying that because he just kind of got a nice guy face, you know. But at this point, he seems like he's just like the most innocent hearted character out of all of them somehow. Yeah, you got all your medicines. I wonder how long you're going to be there before they send you home. Huh? Yeah, I'm guessing. What time y'all open? 11. They'll want you out of there by 9:05. Hey, baby. Hey, Mom. Yeah, our house has been, thanks to Finn and schools, has been tainted with the crud all week through Christmas. I had it, still the back end of it. Kyle's got it. Kind of took her voice. It kind of. Yeah, took it kind of. Like, took it all the way. Sounds like someone's chiseling in her throat while she's talking. What's going on, Garfong? Just give it to Disney. They know how to run a franchise into the ground with obscure storytelling that no one wants better. Yeah. But I think they got story over at Stranger Things that people want. And it does need to be studied how Disney destroys franchises. That's next level. It's kind of wild. Steve is a real dude. He messes up and then he realizes and he makes amends. That is a great way to break it down. The remote is on the little table next to the rocking chair. Yes, it's Friday. Yes. It might be just that good people stuff. Good people stuff. Jay, good day to you, sir. You know, when I went to see Avatar, they're supposed to, you know, like Disney tried to bolster it with trailers. I like that strategy that they're having now. You know, they did it with Minecraft. Warner Brothers announced ahead of time, talked about it for a while, but stated that we're going to put the Superman trailer in front of Minecraft. I just told you where it is. It's on the table by the rocking chair, the green chair. She don't never look for nothing. Find it? Did you find it? Hello? But they put the trailer for Superman in front of Minecraft. They're like, we're going to get a little boost on this Minecraft. Little did they know they didn't need it. They didn't need the boost. I don't know how many people actually fell for that. Like, I'm going to go buy a ticket for Minecraft and go watch this trailer. I really don't know how many people fell for that. That seems like a goofy thing to do, especially in the internet age when seeing trailers isn't a big deal like it used to. The second that a trailer releases in theaters, you can already assume it was leaked online a week before that. Good morning, Perry. Good morning, Perry. But they announced some big trailers for Avatar. They announced there was 4. I'm 1,000% sure there was 4 that were talked about, and I'd have to go back and look which 4. But notably, I remember them saying that there should be a Spider-Man one. It hasn't been. And I remember the Avengers Doomsday trailer, 1 of 4, that they're going to do 4 Avengers Doomsday trailer. And a clip from the Odyssey, but it turned out to be just an actual trailer. of Christopher Nolan's next epic. Well, the Avengers trailer backfired on them greatly. Not only did not nobody go out and buy an Avatar ticket to go watch a trailer for Doomsday, it leaked online. And I don't mean like an intentional version of it. And I don't know how the leak even happened. I mean like a camera handheld hand cam leaked online like a week and a half, maybe close to 2 weeks beforehand. It was a good while. By the time Avatar got here, there's an HD version already going around of this ridiculously lackluster trailer that reeks of desperation from Disney. Now, it's not like a cinematic trailer in the sense of we're just going to show you glimpses through the movie, give you an idea of what's to come. It was more like a character reveal for the movie in the form of like a prescription commercial. I've seen it remixed where they put like the call your doctor if and the prescription conversation like you'd see running on a commercial on television over the top of it. And it was hilarious and it fits perfectly. But there's just this reveal that Steve Rogers, Captain America, will be in the movie. It has backfired tremendously. I think this movie's going to do well compared to the last handful of projects. Out of all the Avengers movies, I don't know. This isn't going to do in-game numbers. I at this point, like the MCU is just kind of just clowned on. Like it still blows my mind how they ran this franchise so poorly for the past handful of years. Like the public opinion of the MCU is just absolutely shifted. But that trailer just completely backfired. They're just getting joked, memed. I think the only people that are legitimately excited about it are also the same kind of people that want you to show them as many trailers and as much of the movie as you can ahead of time. It's just weird. From the people in the chat, the people watching, how many of y'all are legitimately excited for Avengers Doomsday? Not are you going to see it? I'm going to see it. I'm more apathetic toward it. I want it to be good. I look forward to it in the sense that like it's something to go out and see. But there's like no excitement or hype for me like compared to like Infinity War, Endgame. That third Spider-Man movie pretty much killed it. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're gonna do. There's some movies like Mission Impossible finale I was excited for. Tron Ares I was excited for. Superman I was nervous for. I was wanting to see it, but I was wanting for like the DCU to start out on such a good foot that I was legitimately nervous in that sense. Or like in terms of like, are you excited? You're not excited? Like I would think like, man, I want it to be good so bad, but I was like kind of scared in that sense. I knew that I would have fun watching it. I'm severely biased to certain things and characters and stuff like that. But I wanting it to be so much more than just for me kind of thing, wanting it to be like a huge hit kind of thing so that like it makes a promising future stuff. With Avengers, man, they haven't been able to get a home run since Spider-Man. And Spider-Man was from nostalgia bait. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming in. And then after that, it was really nothing. No big win. You got a lot of just, okay, that did all right, and just stuff that didn't do good at all. And almost all of it, even the stuff that financially performed, got less than savory critical response. But then Deadpool and Wolverine comes around. And they do the big send off to the 20th Century Fox characters, this huge nostalgia moment, and it does fantastic. And with an R rating, a limited audience, it does fantastic. They do an official send off for the 20th Century Fox characters, play Green Day at the end and everything. And as soon as the check clears, they're like, all right, we're bringing more 20th Century Fox characters back. How can we figure it out? How can we do it? And like, we can't figure it out, but we can do it. Just put them in the movie. They go dig up Sir Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, Alan Cumming stating that I have fun filming for that one day, but I have no clue what's going on. I was filmed in a room by myself and no other co-actors there with me. It's crazy. It's wild. We have this movie that's supposed to be of this size and scale like never seen before. Yet there's no build up. There's not one chapter of a story that leads into it. Not one. Their own format and formula that they've built for years is kind of what's betraying them now at this point. Yeah, same here. I'll see it. I try to see everything, support everything. I'm trying to support the hobby and judge it all for myself. But man, what's really mind-blowing is that they took the comics the same route as the movies. If it fails in one medium, let's make sure all other mediums fail with it. Yeah, that is pretty interesting. And that's what I pointed out before with the post-in-game characters. Like, I don't know why they're blaming the audience or the fans for these things not being good and this and that. They're using characters that have already been proven and tested that they're just, you got the OGs are the OGs for the reason. The ones that are so known are so known for a reason. New characters come around all the time, but there's still 1,000 characters from the golden, silver, bronze age that you don't know or see often because they just weren't well received and they came and went. They're just on the shelf for writers to take off and play with periodically. They just don't resonate with a bigger audience. But so that when they're making all these new characters, they're assuming if I make a character, it'll resonate and last. Nope. It's just going to become another shelf character. It's very, very rare. Good morning, Becker. Yeah, that's a great example. Thunderbolts, that was a pretty decent movie, but nobody saw it. It did so poorly at the box office. They couldn't even keep it there for a month. They had to pull it from streams, which cost them too much money. It was wild, but I enjoyed Thunderbolts pretty well. If they get a single, it's considered a win at this point, much less a home run. Yeah. Yep. How's everyone's Christmas? Drop in the comment what your biggest thing from Christmas was. Three Stooges method. If you can't succeed, keep on sucking till you do succeed. Oh man. What's going on, Jay? What's going on? Yeah, I don't know. We have Doctor Doom just rolling in as this big level villain. Not sure what they're gonna do with him. Good morning, Steph.
Good morning. Happy belated Christmas.
Happy belated Christmas to you. How was your day?
Oh, it's okay. We got through it. It's over.
Okay.
Thank God.
Do you have a lot of family live there with you?
No.
Not in your house, but in your area.
No, I don't. Sadly, I don't know.
Where are they from?
Wisconsin.
Well,
Wisconsin, but unfortunately, everyone has passed away in my family. So I don't really go there anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, so I saw you on, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Mark's alive on Christmas Day. After.
Oh yeah, dude, I stayed up till past 2 a.m. last night watching Stranger Things to make sure I watch it. I refuse to see a single spoiler for certain stuff. You know, that's why I go to the movies on Thursday night. You know, I'm not waiting until Friday if I don't have to, because I don't know. That's also why I don't have many much sympathy for people like, oh, no spoiler talk. I show a little grace, but like after the first couple of days, I got no sympathy. I got 3 kids, a full-time job, and we stay busy as hell. But I want to see this just as much as anybody else. It's just like I make the time, I plan ahead. It's just logistics. That's all.
Yeah. What was your favorite thing that happened during Christmas this year? The most memorable thing that's happened?
Oh, I got a fresh pair of rainbows.
Rainbow makers?
No, the flip-flops.
Oh, okay.
Rainbows. The only shoes I wear outside of work are flip-flops. And the only kind of flip-flops I wear for going on forever are rainbows. They're just really nice flip flops, and they last a super long time. So I have this thing where I refuse to buy them because if I just wait long enough, someone notices that no, Mark can use a new pair, and they'll just buy them for me for a birthday or Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 years ago, my mom got me a pair, and then when we're on vacation, we were looking around and looking at them, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to get some right now. And the wife's like, "You sure you should?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Y'all get some. You get some." And next thing you know, boom, here they are at Christmas.
Oh,
The plan worked perfectly.
awesome.
What about you? Really, the biggest moments are just the kids waking up and walking in and going through all their stuff.
Yeah.
There's like a 4-foot tall Barbie dream house sitting in the next room over right now.
Don't you tell me that.
Yeah.
That's like my trauma inducing to me a little bit, because I had 22 Barbies and all I wanted was that Barbie dream house for Christmas.
Ooh.
But it was $100 and I never got it. My parents always explain like, "Oh, that'll be the only thing you get." And I'd be like, "Okay." And they'd be like, "No." So all my Barbies had to just sort of make it on the street.
They had to make it on the street. Yeah, she got the Barbie
time, man. 22.
Did they have the camper back when you paid attention to the Barbie? She got the camper too that opens up and folds all this stuff, and the kids get an ungodly amount of stuff between Santa, mom and dad, pops, my mom. All of my family is here in town.
You're lucky.
Like last night alone.
You're lucky because you're raising your family there too.
Yeah, last night alone, it was like me and the wife and the kids, my brother, his wife and the kids. That's 10 people just between me and my brother. And then you got my best friend, his husband, and their 3 girls. So that's 15 just between the 3 of us. Just between basically the brothers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's 15. Then you got my dad and his wife, my mom, my pretty much my second mom, like my mom's best friend and her son. That's 20 people just from 4 different houses that come together, and it's massive. A lot of kids.
So your parents are divorced? They got divorced?
Yeah.
Okay. And so they have significant others, so you have 2 Christmases kind of?
No, my dad's married.
Okay.
And we all just Christmas together.
Okay.
It's not too yeah.
You're amicable or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Finn brought the Finn brought the family together. It's pretty funny. When Finn was born, we're like, "Yeah, we're not doing all that. Y'all can just all come here." They're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And everyone just magically started getting along. I'm like, "This is amazing."
Yeah. If this means I don't have to clean my house, then I will definitely get along for a couple hours at your house.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's awesome.
What do you do for Christmas?
I made wassail. Wassail is a tradition my mom makes. My mom would make every year, and she would make homemade wassail, and it's basically a quart of apple juice, a quart of pint of cranberry juice, unsweetened tea, a bunch of that, a little bit of orange juice, a little bit of lemon juice, a cup of sugar, and then cinnamon sticks and cloves, whole cloves, and you simmer it for an hour on the stove.
It's like a fruit concoction.
It's like a hot drink. It's very sweet, but it has the tea in there, and that kind of cuts it a little bit. So, but
like how you use all those fruit, and you still think you need more sugar.
I know, right?
You know how this fruit juice needs more sugar.
This needs another cup of sugar.
Yeah, just at least one more. I would be convinced you're from the South.
Yes, my mom was from the South. She was from Oklahoma.
Boom! Just finished watching the 3 episodes. Solid. You watch Stranger Things? You don't, do you?
I watched a little bit of when it first came out. When she had her shaved head and everything, and yeah, I watched that.
When she was
trending. I just kind of fell off. So
I did the same thing years ago. I watched all of season 1, half of season 2, and then I ended up coming back to it later.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna go see the Broadway play? There's a play now, Stranger Things. It's supposed to be amazing.
If it was something that they did local, but you can watch it on YouTube.
You can?
Yeah, people just record it.
in the audience.
But I've intentionally steered clear of it because it's a prequel for one of the characters, for the big bad guy, and it reveals stuff in that play that it was to be revealed this season. And I would rather, I prefer to get that information first from the show as a reveal, and then go back and get any kind of detail and extra stuff that they would give us after the fact, if that makes sense.
Out of the play, then. Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather let the show surprise me as intended first.
Yeah. You should probably take your kids. You should make it at an event. I would take, like, try to take someone who's interested in it to that. That would be cool. But if it's on YouTube, no reason to.
Yeah. They like going to the theater. We go not just to see movies, we go and see all kinds of stuff.
You see musicals?
Not a lot, but yeah. We went and watched the Charlie Brown Christmas special that they do at the theater here this year. We just stay busy. So when you're looking for stuff to do, or you see stuff happening, if it fits in the time slot, somebody's trying to take them. If it's not me and the wife, it's my mom. She likes taking all the kids out all the time.
You're so lucky, Mark. That's such a blessing.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't take it for granted. I definitely recognize it.
Yeah.
So what was your big thing you got for Christmas? Where's the big jewelry?
I don't really have a lot of jewelry right now.
I didn't mean on. Clark Kent didn't get you some kind of extravagant gift?
No, I don't need that. It's not about that,
Well, it's definitely not about that. It's like I tell them.
It's just for the kids, I think, more, than adults.
With Christmas, I have numerous conversations with Kyle, and she'll ask me what I want. I'm like, financial security. Don't buy me anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she'll give me some knick-knack gifts. And meanwhile, on the other end of that, I still get her stuff. And that's I don't want stuff, and I don't think
but you want the ability to give her stuff, but you take away her ability to feel good giving you stuff.
Well, I'm not giving her stuff to make myself feel better. I'm giving her stuff because I know, like, she would like stuff. She's not saying I want this, I want that, but just because I don't want to ever spend any money that I watch like finances like all doesn't mean she does. So I don't want to project my feelings toward stuff like that on her, the kids, or anything.
I feel like, though, she wants to get you something. So maybe you should make an allowance of, okay, we'll get each other something, but it's got to be under $50. And then
yeah, but I would break that. I spend a lot on her every year.
You should give her the ability to feel like she's made money and she can spend it on you now. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, she can
buy a gift
she does if she wants to. She bought me like a new $300 smartwatch last year. And I tell her the same thing every year. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. Okay. But always Christmas time, I always used to get her jewelry because she doesn't ever really buy jewelry. She wears jewelry, but that's like kind of like the tradition is like I'll get a couple pieces of something and other stuff for her. But I remembered what it was called until yesterday when she opened it. I think it's like Oceanic Topaz.
Oh, pretty.
It was like the prettiest. Yeah, it was like the prettiest blue topaz. And there's like this whole collection that they had. It was like in white gold with little diamonds on it. And these little, and the topazes. And it looked good with the contrast with the blue and the, and the little diamonds and stuff. But I got her like a necklace and a bracelet that matched it. Such a cool little intricate design. And then it sounds kind of funny. I got her a few jackets and like I don't know if it's called a cardigan or a sweater, but it's called one of those things. And then she wanted a new camera.
Does the sweater button down the front?
Yeah.
It's a cardigan.
Yeah. It's almost like it's like knitted looking, It's got pockets. She thinks that's like the number one and most important thing with anything, pockets.
100%. Especially if you're a man, I would think you don't have the ability to carry a purse around. I'd imagine pockets be pretty big.
Pockets are a plus. Pockets are definitely a plus.
Oh, Bleaker.
Boom! Just sent you the link, homie. Just seen the message. Yeah, and Finn wanted a Nintendo DS. It's like one of the older handheld Nintendo things, you know.
Yeah.
Because he had one when he was younger, but it kind of like the charging port broke on it.
Wore out and stuff. Yeah.
So Santa brought him like a Nintendo 3DS, where like the screen, like without wearing glasses, it's 3D, which is like the coolest thing ever. I'd never seen one in person before. Like that's incredible.
Yeah.
Morning, Bleak.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, folks. How are you?
Good. How are you? How was your holiday?
My holiday has been wonderful. I've been doing nothing but sleeping and chilling. So
Oh, yeah, that does sound nice.
it's been fucking awesome, bro.
Between being under the weather and just running around between houses and stuff, I would love to sleep right now.
Sometimes it's just the best thing you can do.
Probably.
Yeah. I got a couple of comics from Steven from Steppo, so that was really nice.
Oh.
You want to show them off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a, yeah, give me a second here. I'll show some comics off. Oh. All right. What did I get? I got this bad boy.
Oh,
nice.
I meant a sports mystery.
Very nice. Very pretty.
You know what print it is?
That's a first print. Yeah.
Oh, super nice, dude.
Yeah, you can tell it's the first print because it's got Batman on the logo.
Can you show it again? Because the colors are so bright.
Yeah, the colors on this are great. It does need a press, but easily done.
Where's the logo? Oh, down on the bottom.
On the bottom. The second print's blank on the bottom.
That's the one I sculpted too. I did a bas relief. It's just sitting there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Cool. Stephanie was doing a little project on that. She said she'll finish it in the year 2032.
Don't hold me to that, Mark. God,
I remember when she started that project, actually. I got the Frankenstein's Monster Frankenstein #2 in a 9.2.
Dang, that's a great cover. Can you push it?
It's just really cool. That one's awesome. What else? This is okay. This is a Matina cover signed by Matina. Hard to see, but
was that Venom?
Yeah, it's like Venom. Looks like he's got Wolverine claws, but I think it's X-23.
That's pretty cool.
It's really hard to see online, but that's okay.
Mike says, "Hey, Bleaker!" with an exclamation point.
Holy smokes! That's a loud hey, Bleaker. This is a one in
Neil Adams.
2000 and I think there's 2,500 of these printed. This is signed by Neil Adams, so this was a con exclusive.
Did you count them yourself?
No, it's just that's how many were printed.
It's pictured you working at the printer shop. 1, 2, 3.
I would. This is a really cool one that got given to me because it's just I like Dark Horse, and this is the first Dark Horse book ever printed.
Oh,
yeah, the first Dark Horse book printed. That's really cool.
Yeah, so this is the first Dark Horse book printed. It's the first appearance of Black Cross, and the cool thing on this one is it's also the first appearance of Concrete, which is on the back of the cover.
wow! I never heard of it.
This is a pretty cool book. I don't think it's like super expensive or anything, but it's just really cool. And then this one is the piece de resistance. We got Legion of Monsters.
Oh, yeah, I got that. That's a good one.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
So that was pretty cool. And we got a bunch of rock and roll books. I won't show them all off, but I'll show this one off because I love it. That's the Metallica rock and roll comic.
That's pretty awesome. Is the one in the corner have a hat on, or is that just like a thumb label or something?
Oh, in the top right?
Yeah.
No hat. No hat.
I think he had the Stevie Ray Vaughan hat for a second.
But yeah, it's pretty dope, man. So I got a bunch of like those rock and roll comics. I got Bon Jovi. I think I got.
You want to be really cool with those comics that have the Bon Jovi and the Metallica. If you open them up and you would actually hear some of their song coming out, like those comics do.
One of these days, they'll make comics where they're like, they're like Harry Potter comics where you open them and you'll be able to see them move and stuff. It'll be cool.
Sure. Yeah, we got the Hallmark comic book effect last year. They did the Godzilla Justice League book, and they did issue number 1 where when you open it, like a Hallmark card, it has a little sound effect and it just roars like Godzilla.
That's awesome. I'm all for every gimmick that they've ever done in comic books.
I'm kind of the same way. I appreciate the gimmicks. I might not be financially invested in all of them, but I like that they're doing fun stuff.
Me too. I dig it, man. I think it's cool.
So, Bleak, are you on the Stranger Things train?
I have not gone past season 1, but you know what? This seems like a pretty good time to go watch the rest of it. So
yeah, it's
I
safe
agree.
to binge now.
Since it's over now, I think I'll start watching it.
Only one episode remains.
Was that the final episode last night or whatever?
No, so there's 8 episodes in the season. They released the first half on Thanksgiving, then they released 3 more last night, and they'll do the final episode, which is like a little bit over 2 hours. They'll release it on New Year's Eve.
Oh, and I heard, is the final episode being released in theaters or whatever?
Yeah, I think so.
That's the plan there, I think.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to theaters to see it.
Marcus, you sound like shit, buddy. I hope you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sinuses, allergy stuff, pretty much.
Fair enough.
No, it's for like a week now. It's very tiring.
Yeah, man.
What's going on, Glenn? What kind of time is this? No one should be awake at this time of day. Savages.
Yeah, buddy. That's what we are. Savages.
Every Friday. Yeah, it's actually a hour and a half into it. I started a little bit later this morning because I was trying to get cleared up a little bit, drink some coffee, be vertical for a little bit.
How's your Christmas? I imagine you got kids over there, so I imagine they had a hell of a time.
It was wildly busy like always.
Yeah.
Do your pets get anything for Christmas, Mark?
Yeah, I feed them twice a day.
Perfect.
Yeah. Once you have kids, then it's like, you guys don't get presents anymore.
I never give my pets present, but they don't really keep up with the calendar either. So,
well, when they see everyone else opening up a ton of stuff and all that wrapping paper, and then they're like, what? Where's my thing?
I'm fairly certain that you can just throw the dog or cat the wrapping paper and they'll be very happy.
Usually the cat will be happy with that. Yeah.
Mine just kind of avoid it. They just try to sit on the couch in what they feel is a safe place and just kind of stare at everyone. People coming in and out of the house tuckers them out because they have to get up and bark at them.
Yeah.
And they have to get in their pocket and keep up with what they're doing every second they're here.
They got to keep on their job because they're the guard dogs, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I get a lot of customers at work that when they drop their pets off, they drop them off with their normal self. Plus, they'll have a present like, "Can you give this to them on Christmas?" And it'll be little treats or little outfits or new little play toys or stuff like that.
The quickest way to make a dog feel like 2 inches tall is to put some clothes on them.
Yeah, they love outfits. Every dog that I've ever seen in a picture with an outfit on is really happy.
Yeah,
my dogs love having shirts on. Like Kyle put, like when it gets cold, because it doesn't get cold here often, but we'll get like a week here, then a week. Like it was down in the lower 20s a couple weeks ago overnight time, and in the 30s in the daytime. And then yesterday it was 80 degrees for Christmas.
Ah, man, I wish it was 80 degrees here.
In January, we'll get some cold days again. But when it gets cold, the dogs like to have like little shirts on. They're little dogs. It's a wiener dog and a Shih Tzu.
Okay.
But if you take a shirt off of one of them and it's on the other one, that one you take it off of will noticeably be sad. Like noticeably be sad and want the shirt back on. Like if you pick the shirt back up, they'll run over and they'll be putting their head down to put their head in it and stuff.
What?
Like,
You have such
I think
strange
it makes
dogs.
them feel a part of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Good morning, Roscoe.
Now you've given them a complex. Now they feel naked without the shirt.
Basically, are you telling me your dogs are like Dobby? They're like, Bastard gave me clothes.
I don't understand that reference.
It's a Harry Potter reference, but
That's why I guess. Yeah, I've never watched Harry Potter. I knew who Dobby
Mark
was.
actually on that. I haven't watched Harry Potter either.
also a very good Christmas movie.
Horrible. I feel like I should actually, so I'm in on the pop culture references.
Sled says it's going to be cold through March this year. What is that what the almanac said? Or is that just a crystal globe prediction on that one, Sledge?
Are your bones telling you that?
The bones?
Mr. Bones.
Feel it in my bones.
Have y'all seen that
Oh,
that little YouTube short or Instagram reel? And it's this guy. He got like a TV with just a picture of like dinosaurs on it. And he's like, this dinosaur would wake up at 7:30 in the morning and look 30 miles east and decide what he wanted for breakfast. And the guy who he's talking to goes, how do you know that? He's like, well, if you look right here, you can tell from the bones. The bones. And then he goes to the next slide. He's like, this dinosaur would take 3 weeks to swallow his food. 3 weeks to swallow? Yeah, because if you look right here, you can tell from the bones. And the whole joke is like everything that we claim to know about dinosaurs just comes from finding pieces of bones, you know, and it's just, and when you like boil it down to that level of ridiculousness, it's hilarious, but it's still 1000% accurate. Like that's everything we think we know. Oh, this dinosaur sounded like this. We can tell from, you know, from the bones.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's DNA studies now, and you know, carbon identification. You know,
we don't have any dinosaur DNA.
It's often a very good question to ask people. Were you there? Did you? Do you know? Do you really know? Yeah. No. Nobody knows.
I understand we can make some educated guesses, but all we're finding, like, they're fossilized bones, so they've pretty much turned to stone. It's just stone.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
But it's funny how much like they think they know about their like migrating habits and this and that, and
there's just too much weird stuff on Earth to even think. Like we don't. They found like goblets in big like coal. It takes coal millions of years to form. They found gold goblets and that shit. Like we don't know shit about the Earth, man.
My favorite thing that is claimed is oil. Oil is decomposed biologically.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you just say?
That's decomposed dinosaurs down there, bud.
That's just decomposed dinosaurs that turned to liquid. Like what?
Yeah.
What? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Like, I'm not saying that there isn't like some kind of biological process that this living organism can be. You know, you can get a diamond through pressure. You know what I mean? Like, I get that.
That's right.
But
you can actually turn yourself into a diamond when you die.
The amount of coal or the amount of oil that's under this earth, that's just crazy to me. That's a hard one to even fathom. Here's a fun one. What does a comet look like in the sky?
Sort of a streak, I guess.
Now, is the sun sitting still in the universe, Bleak?
It's
spinning.
I don't think it. If every other planet's turning, it probably isn't. But apparently it is. I don't know.
No. So in picture, you see a picture of the sun and us going around.
And everything
the sun
going
is not
around.
a stationary item. Like they claim that the sun and everything else is hurtling through the Milky Way galaxy, right?
Yes.
Why isn't there a tail? If we're going like some ungodly 830,000 miles per hour through the Milky Way galaxy, spinning around the sun, why isn't there a tail?
Well, have they?
I thought the tail was actually water particles and vapors and gases that were being emitted from the comet or meteor.
What is the sun made of?
You know, gas.
Fire and gas, yeah.
Yeah.
And every day flares are coming off of it and popping off of it and shooting in all different directions. Why isn't there a tail? I know. Right?
Did you check out the Atlas 3i thing when it came up?
That had a tail.
No,
yeah, weird too. Like a tail that has never been seen. Apparently, it's like this is the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, I was
They
watching
would
that
claim
during November.
they would claim that the sun doesn't have a tail because it's not being because comet and stuff get tails because they're getting heated up by the sun and it's gases and stuff leaving it. But again, every single day there are gases and mass coronal rejections fighting to leave the sun every single day.
Yeah, we're actually really lucky that we don't get a good sunburst. Actually, that'll bugger us right up.
Yeah, you would assume that there would be a tail. It's deductive reasoning. It stays warm later, and by proxy, it will be cold later. Almost like the seasons are shifting.
Oh, there's something called a polar shift. That's a real.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's this cool theory about like the pole shifting, like you know, like the old flood myths, Bleak.
Yeah, I know all
like
about that actually.
One of the questions is, where does the water come from? Where did it go? One of the cool little theories that's out there now, and I'd have to go look up to give you specifics, but basically, like pole shifting, like think of like we can map tsunami stuff now. Like you can do 3D modeling. You see how the waves will shift and move with the earthquake here, earthquake there.
Sure.
If you do like one of those 3D modeling things of pole shifting and just watch the water that is presently here slosh and move and how far upland it would go and back out. Like there's a fun theory that's looking into like do flood myths come from pole shifts events? You know, where it's not like the whole world is simultaneously all covered at the same time, but because of the massive sloshing here, then there, and here, then there, how it would affect all these different places at approximately the same time and the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that was a really cool one.
The pole shift is an interesting one because all we could do is theorize about it because apparently it happens one every like I don't know 8 billion years or some fucking ridiculous shit. It takes a long time for the poles to. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's a real thing. If like the Earth sort of cleanses itself after a little while after we fuck it up so much.
Like an immune response. I'm of one of the people that like think of how that they describe like prehistoric and primordial Earth, how they describe the conditions on it. I don't think anything we're doing is bothering this planet. Like, what do they complain about all the time? Like CO2, right? Like that's the big complaint. We're CO2. What the fuck do plants eat?
Yeah.
We are single-handedly turning this planet into Golden Corral. And they're trying to convince me that that's bad for the plants. Like, it's bad for people, maybe, not bad for the plants.
I don't know, man. I think we're doing a pretty good job at fucking up the water, fucking up the air, fucking up pretty much everything that we touch. I think we're doing a pretty good job at that.
I think the
air quality has got to be better now than it was like in the 80s. London's not foggy anymore. The LA doesn't have the haze over it anymore. I mean, remember they called it old foggy London for years because of the coal factories there. Those have all been shut down for a long time.
Well, yeah,
LA doesn't have that linger over it like it used to when you turn on like Michael Douglas's Falling Down or Terminator.
Well, yeah, I'm with you, Legion, on the fact that like they've said some stupid shit over the years. Apparently, the ozone layer had holes in it because of hairspray. As soon as we stopped using hairspray,
that's my fault.
The ozone layer was fucking fixed up. It's like, nah, we're back, guys. We stopped using hairspray. We're all good. Like,
that is over.
Dude, the timeline of their predictions are laughable. When you take a step back and you just do some base, I mean, you don't have to think into it. In the 70s, they said we're going into an ice age. In the 80s, they're like, solar flares are gonna kill us. In the 90s, they're talking about the whatever. In the 2000s was the global warming. They've been wrong so much every single time. Like they come up with this big lie to scare people into buying or shifting products.
Yeah.
And then when they figure it out, they have to change it again. Well, they've done all of them. There's only so many you can do. So now they just use the term climate change. Well, there's no such thing as climate stagnation. That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So when you hear someone climate, you don't believe in climate change. everyone believes in climate change.
You don't believe in climate change? Did you see how hot it was this year compared to last year?
Yeah, everyone literally believes in climate change. Not a single person in the world doesn't. What people don't believe in is your global warming lie or your ice age lie. That's crazy. We haven't even been recording history long enough to have any kind of confident anything on the topic.
Like again, we can make fairly educated guesses. The sediment, the way the Earth is stacked and shaped, and everything like that. But that's
for sure.
That's all we can do is make guesses. I do believe the Ice Age happened.
Yeah, 1000%. Yeah, we have
the flood happened. Obviously,
you can just look at top layer geography and see that the Ice Age happened. You have the Tablands, you have the Finger Lakes, you have the scars on the top of the ground that we walk and live on to show where the Ice Age happened. That's as far as you need to even look to do that. Like, all right, well, it happened. That's a thing.
Yeah. So, things did happen, but I'm no fucking scientist, man. I just live here. I just try to pay my rent.
Hey, you live up there. Just think, because where you live was like, what is it, like 2 miles of ice high during the Ice Age?
Apparently, yeah.
2 miles of ice. That's crazy.
Being native that I am, I'm like, thankfully that there was 2 miles of ice. Apparently, I walked over here on a land bridge, and I was like, "Hey, this looks like a good spot. Totally cool."
You realize you're 2 miles above the ground. Like, wait a minute.
Something's wrong here.
Am I sinking? What's going on?
That's why nothing's growing when I plant it.
Gosh darn it, all the heck fire.
Just a second.
All that stuff is super fun and interesting to me. I love looking at the ancient history stuff. I think I'm still like bitter about finding out how much we were lied to. Like people with their confident theories instead of just saying what if, and let's play with this idea. What if, and how does this idea rattle around? What's up?
Can you get me something to eat?
What do you want? Yeah, I assume so. Y'all talk. I'm gonna get her a snack.
Yeah, buddy. I think that little one wants a bagel. What's going on in this chat here? Let's check her out. You want to know how I got these scarves? Ooh. Quinn the Eskimo. I don't believe in climate change. Mark's wrong again. Yeah, I sort of believe in climate change, but that's all right. That being said, if the poles are shifting, climate's going to change. So I don't know if it's a people problem or just an Earth problem. We'll figure it out. I'll be dead before they figure it out, so I don't really have too much to worry about, I guess. Hope everybody had an awesome Christmas. I watched 7,000 Christmas movies yesterday because what I do.
I knew if I talked about ancient civilization for long enough, I'd get it.
Yeah, I saw the ancient bad signal. What's up, Bleak? What's up, Madam? What's up, Mark? I wasn't even watching, dude. I was like working out and I just came here. So it's just happenstance that you were talking about ancient stuff and I just showed up. That's our kinship right there, brother.
That is. You can feel it in the bones.
The bones. These dinosaurs like to surf. How do you know? The bones.
The bones. Yeah. What's your, and I'm not even saying this jokingly, but what just the most general sense, what do you think about like the climate change conversation from decades past to current? Like all the different people used to warn about the next ice age was coming. Then it was the ozone's going away and we're going to die from solar flare. Then it was the great heat up, then the great freeze again. How it just keeps changing every decade.
Yeah. I think everything that happens with the Earth is cyclical. So the Earth gets destroyed and it rebuilds itself again, and we're just in another cycle of it.
I believe that same thing.
Think of
the Earth, it can just shrug everything off, all the humans have done, and it will just still be the Earth. And you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
We think we're doing a bunch of stuff like we matter, but I don't know.
That's the most on point. And that's why I point out all the time. Whenever people complain about anything and they say we're killing the planet, I think to myself, we're only hurting ourselves.
Yeah.
You couldn't do anything. There's nothing in our power. All the nukes in the world could not kill this planet. That core will still spin and it will still do what it does and it will still come back however it naturally does. We just might not be on it. That's all.
And that's a fact. That's exactly what's going to happen. Like there's been numerous evidence of cataclysmic events throughout history. It's just not going to stop.
Yeah.
It just sucks that we won't be here for the next one. Why is that? That's a good thing.
Well, you don't know that for sure though. Something could come hurtling
No,
through space
I want
any
some-
moment.
That's a
And
good
change
question.
the
If you had
trajectory
the
of-
choice, would you want to be along for the ride? Like you've seen Greenland with Gerard Butler.
I'm excited for part 2.
Yeah, that's why I use that example. But in all sincerity, would y'all want to be here to experience a cataclysmic event? Like if you knew like a world killer was coming, would you want that to be toward the end of? I wouldn't mind being 80. You're the couple that is in all these movies, like when the big waves coming, everyone's
hold
running,
hands and
they just hold hands.
Right.
I would be okay with being them because you're so frail. As soon as that wave touches you, lights are out. But what of you? What of you?
I just want a
No.
million years from now, someone to find my bones and be like, I think this guy was on YouTube. You know how I could tell? The bones.
They're speaking to me.
I wouldn't want to be there for that event. I don't know, but I'll be fine
Live
with that.
past
With being the
event,
couple.
or do I get to live past that event, or is it just?
I know.
like,
I
that's the event?
prefer a spot on
Will
the
you-
spaceship, please.
I mean, like what? Like which one? Like I mean, there's no right or wrong answer, but like in the movie Greenland, a planet killer comet was coming down, but like a group of people were put into like a shelter that they survived it. So the second movie is supposed to be like 5-8 years later when they're forced to have to come out of the shelter to see what remains of Earth and to start looking at what comes next, kind of thing. But would you want to be like one of the people in the shelter? Would you want to be someone who just gets to sit and watch the sky go red? Like what scenario would you
in the shelter, bro?
My butt's in the shelter.
I like life. I'm a fan of living, so I'm gonna.
Something I've been doing for a while now.
I've been digging it for a hot minute. I'm gonna keep digging it. I like it quite a bit, so I'm gonna just keep living. So I'm gonna get in that shelter, and the only thing I'm gonna be pissed off about is no chocolate milk and fridges. Like there's gonna be a lot of things that I'm used to that aren't there anymore. So
Air conditioning is a big one.
that'll be.
I think chocolate milk is something that you could really pull off easy because I think milk would be probably one of the few things that survives. Like if you're going to be in a scenario where you survive an apocalyptic event, it would require some form of animal to still be there because you can't live long without like agriculture or livestock. You'd have to have prepared for that. Assuming you have a shelter, assume some form of preparedness,
Yeah.
So milk would be like one of the few safe things you have because water would be hard to find. And, just make sure you get one good cocoa plant to put in there. So every so often you get to treat yourself to some chalky milk.
I'd miss that so much, bro. That would suck. That would just suck. No more chocolate milk. Are you kidding me? What am I gonna do? I may as well have gone out in the red blast. God damn.
But that's your thing, right? Like as you're about to enter the bunker, be like, well, do we got chocolate milk? And depending on the answer, that's where you go.
Bleak shows up with a potted cocoa plant and a goat on a leash. Come on.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
No, somebody goes, yes, we do. And then you find out it's oat milk after the blast.
Damn.
Send me back out.
Yeah, basically.
No.
Some healthy shit is just like, I need my milk. I need it from the red container.
DJ, did you watch the
Bruce.
I sent it to y'all earlier in the week when AJ did the breakdown of the Labyrinth.
Oh, I saw the entire thing. Like when you sent it, I had already watched it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's the first time that he didn't debunk anything. Where he was just like
undebunkable.
Yeah, this is there.
He'll go through and debunk pieces of things, and there's some stuff he does that just isn't debunkable.
That child.
He's like, I'm just
movie.
That was pretty much just a call out video. Like, here's the information that we have. Why aren't we doing anything?
Yeah,
that weird child thief movie where an adult goes into a kid's bedroom and steals it? That one? Weird.
Jingle All the Way?
Whoa,
Nah, I don't know.
The
Little
Labyrinth,
Monsters?
man. The Labyrinth.
Oh, Labyrinth with David Bowie and the Codpiece.
No, are you familiar with the
Why is he
labyrinth
stealing kids?
underneath
Why is
the
he making
Giza
out with
Plateau?
12-year-olds? It's a little weird, David.
Are you familiar with the labyrinth underneath the Giza Plateau?
Yes, yes. Are you talking about all the places where the
The actual
Jews
labyrinth.
hid from Rome and stuff like that? All those labyrinths?
No, God, no, bro. God, no.
So
Talking
underneath the
thousands of years,
so
thousands and thousands of years older than that.
Oh, geez, fuck, because those are pretty old.
Those
I
aren't
know
even
what you're
scratching the
talking about. You're
surface.
talking about those caves, like those.
Yeah.
yeah,
I can't.
those
Those
go
are not called labyrinths. They call them something else. But
Yeah, I know what you're talking about the caves. No, but underneath the Giza Plateau. So last year, it was last year, or it's already been 2 years that they discovered these long cylinder objects,
yeah.
like thousands and thousands of feet down from the pyramids down.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So then they continued on with the research, with the SARS research, and they found the labyrinth, like a legit like labyrinth. Like remember how in fucking Greek times when they talk about the Minotaur and the Minotaur and the labyrinth, whatever.
Mhm.
So they found that underneath the entire Giza Plateau, and I'm talking about walls that are like 100 feet walls, which is insane for back in the in those times, if those times. But then, did you see, Mark, that they 4 additional companies did their own independent research with their own technology, and they all confirmed the spirals underneath the pyramids?
So I've heard a lot about these spirals under the pyramids. It's like, what are they thinking is under there? I know there's a space. Obviously, there's a labyrinth and there's some pillars. That's all I know of this. I don't know. Like, there's no real information of anything. I've seen some X-ray photos of it and stuff like that, but that's about it. I didn't even think it was real, to be honest. I just thought it was all bullshit. But
Nobody knows.
Well, it's 1,000% real. The level of detail can get
What's up, Biggie?
embellished and theorized and everything. Just sent you the link, Big.
Yeah.
But the labyrinth is a fabled story labyrinth that was there in like ancient recordings of their old times. And there had been an explorer that had gone back a long time ago, like in modern times, a long time for us, modern times for general history. And he went digging and he got to what he thought was the floor, and he thought that the labyrinth was gone, just destroyed over time, whatever. But now with new technology, being able to radar and LiDAR and scan everything, what we've discovered that he found the ceiling to the top layer of the labyrinth, and the rest of it is under exactly where he discovered it.
Yep.
And it's all under there. So they've been able to map it and everything. They're not allowed to dig, of course, because Zahil Wasp won't let them do shit.
Shout out to Zawi.
Won't let them do nothing.
Wow, Zawi just kicked off Bleeker.
Yeah.
Freaking Zawi was in my book.
Yeah. Did you see where Graham was on Piers Morgan this week? Just kind of, it was very surface level because he's talking to like when he does stuff, talking to what I would call a new audience to the topic.
Yeah. So I clicked on it and then I breezed to the pyramid piece that he was talking about, and then I thought he was going to expand more on what they Biondi found underneath and all that stuff, but he didn't.
No, but it's good that he does
talking about
shows like that, because he's talking to an audience to strike new curiosity and find the people with the money and the leverage. That's what you need.
Yeah, I didn't like when he started talking about the freaking how they used it. The Egyptians used it as a place for their dead and to cross over, and it's like, nah, bro. Like it was actually used for something.
No, this is a functioning building.
Yeah, 100%. It wasn't like a dead thing or whatever.
I think the biggest hurdle that anybody who goes to do any kind of meaningful digging or discovery is going to be that damn water table that's risen under all of it.
The water table, those damn shoes.
They said they can't even pump it out; it just keeps coming in.
Do you appreciate my U-log?
That's weird. That's like one of the reasons for the Great Flood that I was taught in church was the water table underneath there. Interesting.
To be fair, according to the Bible, the water from below and the firmament opened, so it came from both directions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of above and below, Stranger Things.
Did you
Oh.
watch it?
Yeah, I watched it last night.
I did too. It's like 2
You
a.m.
can't say anything, DJ.
I can't
You
see
can
it.
say whatever you like. I'm not.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
haven't watched it since season
You
1.
say whatever you like. I haven't gotten into heavy spoilers or
I won't
anything.
say any spoilers.
But yeah, I just said I heavily enjoyed it. You can see where they're setting up the characters to get ready for their departure. Not death or anything, but you can you have those one-on-one moments and the all that. I love me some Steve Harrington. Like I'm so afraid that this kid's gonna die.
Oh yeah, once they mentioned the other dude, and it was like you can't be you, and it's just like, all right, hold my beer, like
hold my beer, yeah.
Like
I got a plan.
Yeah, I'm watching it. It's good. I think like we naturally compare shit to other shit, and I think like Welcome to Derry is just far beyond. So then like my take is like Welcome to Derry is some like Golden Globe Emmy nomination shit, and Stranger Things is MTV Awards, and then like I'm cool with that. That's the way that I
it's super fair.
Yeah.
Dude, when they promised that they would give us the a good explanation and breakdown of what all these worlds are, the upside down and how it, and I absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved that, especially that shot where the camera finally backed up and showed you something. I'm like,
that was a cool shot.
We all expected this because what they showed us in the first 4 episodes of volume 1 of the season.
Yeah.
But your explanation and your delivery of it, well done.
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like I'm like it's cool. Like this is cool. But some of the dialogue is just like wonky. Like Will's entire fucking speech, I was just like, what the hell is going on? He's just like, oh, by the way, I'm hungry. Oh, whatever you said.
You sounded just like him just then.
Yeah, I was just like, Jesus Christ, Will.
Yeah, this show's always had corny dialogue moments and stuff. I think in my mind, I've always compartmentalized it as like kind of genre stuff because it's such a homage piece to the 80s. Like all the corniness that happens from time to time, like to me, it just kind of fits in the whole overall tone of the show.
Yeah, I agree. But we still set up late to watch it. It's one of those things where it's just like, I think if you didn't watch it, it's going to be so hard to avoid spoilers because everyone loves watching and then adding their critique on Instagram or whatever with very specific photos, and you want to be the first one to make a meme or whatever.
After that first volume, it was inescapable. Will was there. Like the way that the volume 1 ended was just everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yo, what up?
I brought a guest.
Hello.
First time caller, long time listener. How's it going?
Good. This is my first time watch, so I'm watching as I guest up. Hopefully that's all right with you guys.
Awesome.
Absolutely. What did you think of Stranger Things? And follow-up question: when did the last ice age destroy civilization? You're now caught up.
Oh my gosh, this is a lot without barely a sip of coffee in my.
Oh, and wait, and are we destroying the planet, or is it just the planet? Are we just killing ourselves?
And then another question.
To do both.
One more question to add to it. What information can we find out from the bones?
Oh, the bones.
All right, go. Stage is set.
All right. So about Stranger Things, I need to catch up. I binge watched it so hard the first like 2 or 2.5 seasons, and then I don't know if I lost the streaming service at the time or what was going on, but I was a bartender. I was busy, and so like I think I need to watch the whole thing again just so I can really lock back into the storyline and stuff like that. But I love it. I loved it. That's why I'm mad at myself that I haven't caught back up to it. But, and then about the world thing, we've got just enough time to destroy ourselves a few ways all at the same time, I think.
So we still have options.
Good.
All right, that's 2 for 2.
Mark, this is Adam. He's my friend from high school, actually.
What's up, Adam?
Long time.
Well, Adam, this is Bleak. This is who she just omitted from the introduction.
Oh, no.
That's because I met him yesterday.
I've met already, actually.
I'm supposed to say that?
Yes, that was good.
Drama.
Adam and
coming
I
up
are long
fast
time
on you
friends
guys.
now. We met a long time ago, Adam and I.
Actually, go back long.
We go back a ways, him and I. Yesterday, I think.
Yeah, at least
ways.
like 18 hours.
At least 18 hours, yeah.
Anyway, Adam's always been a fan of comics, and he's an artist. And he recently has gotten back into doing some drawings and stuff. So I thought, if it's okay, he could show a couple off.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's.
Thanks, guys.
I've already seen
I
that.
grew up. I was
really
in a
honest.
bookstore in 7th grade, and I saw a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man cover, and I was a late comer to the. Earlier than that, my grandfather worked in publishing in Racine, where I grew up, and they did puzzles and coloring books for Marvel and DC. So I got a whole stack of old comic books back then, and then I caught back up to that at 7th grade when I was like, "Oh wow, why wasn't I into this the whole time?" And then it just stole my heart. But this is the type of stuff I do. This isn't a comic book character. This is my own. Oh, look out.
So there you go. Just lean it forward, lean the top forward, and it'll take the glare out.
And
I played the blues rock thing.
yeah, there you go. Perfect.
There, perfect.
That's cool.
I call him Dr. Delta. I played in a blues rock band. This was supposed to be a logo for our band that I kind of thumbnailed and never finished until Steph kind of lit a fire under my butt about drawing again.
That's Papa Shango, buddy. That's Papa Shango.
And then from there, I'm just kind of a sponge for things. If I see things or people tell me things, I like, okay, I want to draw that. So I've got a lady friend who's a therapist. She told me a story about Buddha as a gorilla. And this is my gorilla Buddha. I was like, oh, I got to draw that.
That's cool.
All my style is really cartoony and comic booky. And then I got into painting recently.
I thought that was your therapist for a second.
She's becoming my girlfriend for all the right reasons, because I could use a therapist too. I just happened to land a two-hitter there.
Nice.
I started doing this stuff with paint markers in just little squares of black paper and black poster board, and this is one of my more recent ones.
Wow, that's
Wolverine. Cool. I'm real proud of that. And then it goes from there. I think I'm going backwards in time now. Spawn was one of my first ones.
Nice.
This is just colored paint mark. And Hulk. He was one of my
It looks like he's finishing. I'm glad we can't see his body.
His old face.
Hulk smash indeed.
Yeah, he's getting drained in that one.
I did. I'm forgetting how the camera works. Or figure out the.
That's
go.
cool.
That's real cool.
One of my first comics, when I was like in 7th or 8th grade, was How to Draw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was by Eastman and Lair. Literally, I'm sure I've still got it. It's in shit condition, but it'd be worth something huge if I would have kept it in good condition. This is my last one.
That's actually how I describe DJs, in shit condition, and it would have been worth something if he would have been in good condition.
Wow, this sounds like Madeline's wedding vows.
And that's my most recent Spider-Man. It's mocked up right now on itself, but I realized I wanted to do the lines jumping off his head and off the page a little bit, so I glued those on, cut those out of yellow tag board.
Oh.
But that's my Spider-Man. I'm going to do a whole series, I think, of this, because I'm just getting familiar with the paint. So I'm doing faces that are easier and not having to worry about like perspective and foreshortening and stuff. And then that's kind of it. That's a quick glance at what I've been recently doing. And then this is like this is the stuff that I do last night. I was restless at Steph's house and watching Kevin Smith's He-Man remake cartoon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But
I quite honestly, I'm an old, I came up with He-Man when it came out, so like I barely watched the damn thing. I think I've watched it once before, but I turned it on and was like, I'm gonna draw He-Man. So this is Is that
Did
showing
you
up?
basically stop watching as soon as they killed He-Man, or did you stop watching when they killed He-Man a second time, or did you stop watching when they decided to really kill He-Man a third time?
I kind of noticed that they were good. They just kept going on that cycle. But yeah, this is He-Man. I'm old school enough that my process used to be they've got non-photo blue pencils, and you draw in those, and then you ink over them, and then they wouldn't show up on a copier. But nowadays the copier is caught up.
Yeah.
But I figured out that I can do it in blue like I'm used to. This is marker, and then I find a filter through any sort of graphics app, and I've been able to. That's how that Buddha was full of lines, but I cleaned him up too when I'm going to make it a sticker.
That's really cool.
Thank you. That's what I do. And Steph has been very encouraging to like. I'm a retired musician, so like I've been really Jones for some sort of creative outlet, and she said, "Well, come out and visit me and become an artist again, and talk to my friends, and express your comic book fandom in the right places, and maybe we can get you somewhere." So
Why are you a retired musician?
well,
guitar break.
Retired from being in bands, which was a huge thing for me from like 14 on. I stumbled into playing. I was playing harmonica since I was 12, and I stumbled into playing in a band, and that was it. I was like, oh, I'm putting the comic books away for a minute, and I still collected and drew as a hobby, but I kind of put that on the back burner, and now that the music's on the back burner, I play a lot. I play daily by myself with the guitar now, and I'm more self-sufficient now since the bands happen to fall by the wayside anyway, but I miss it. I didn't realize I was going to. I was burnt out on it for a while. I was like, I'm glad to be done. But yeah.
What all do you play?
I play guitar. I sing. Yeah, that's about it. I can play a mean tambourine boy, though. Let me tell you.
I cannot. I have no rhythm beyond. I said my rhythm goes like this on a harmonica and like that on a guitar, and that's about it.
You give me
I
that
get
church
really
tambourine
paranoid
boy.
about the consistency effort of trying to keep a tambourine or a maraca going. I'm like, no.
Oh, that tambourine, dog.
Yeah, DJ looks like he's got the tambourine down. He knows what's up.
He's got the whole world in his hand. Like a freaking tambourine.
It's already broken.
Yeah, I ain't really had a chance to talk to you about it, but what'd you think of Avatar: Fire and Ash?
I gave up on the Avatar series. I don't know why. I watched the first one. I was like, it was good, but not worth it.
It was very nice to see you here, Adam. Have a good day.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
This is the Avatar fan club.
Yeah, I thought for sure you were getting cut there. I was just saying bye.
Marcus
is like, we'll let this one slide. Yeah.
I didn't want to step on your toes, Mark. I thought I was being.
No, he's new here. It's okay. What'd you think of it, DJ?
What I thought of Avatar: Fire and Ash, I thought it was really good. I had a long day, so it was a long day. So when we went to the movies, I wasn't in the best of mood. They didn't play the Avengers trailer before it, so I was just like, "What the hell?" And I'm glad they didn't, because that trailer was a piece of crap.
It would have put you in a sour mood going into a movie. That was such a crazy marketing move on their part. Backfired big time.
Yeah, terrible. I'm glad that we spoke and you told us that watch part 2. Because it's a direct sequel, like part 2. So Avatar,
it's the second half of the one story. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like Avatar 2 and Avatar 3. It's a 6-hour movie.
Yeah, it's just one script that James separated.
Yeah, I'm glad you told me that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think they're all super strong movies. It's probably the weakest. Even though weak that's just not weak.
It's a crazy word to use for it, but when you're only comparing it against itself. So I thought that this one, like what it did differently than the rest, pacing wise, it's so much faster paced than the other two. But the Way of Water has so much more for me, like immersiveness.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, immersiveness. I thought it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
Let me ask you this: Did you think that this third one?
What's up, Izzy? What's up, Justin?
Like kind of elevated the new characters? Because like you got introduced all the kids in the second one, and kid characters can be a little annoying or you be a little detached from them a lot of times. For me, this third one really did a lot to help elevate the kid characters maybe we're a little more used to him after having the last movie. But like I hated Spider. You know what I mean? Now I'm like, dude, I like this kid now. Like, I'm not saying he's a great actor, this, that, and the third, but I like the character and his place in these stories.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yes. How many people like Jar? I don't know. I found that character
I think
All right,
Jar
let me-
Jar.
annoying.
Oh no, everybody hated him.
I mean, yeah.
No, I think Jar Jar.
I
I had
thought
a
you were
Jar
joking.
Jar Binks like wallpaper in my room as a kid.
He still
What?
I
does.
had Jar Jar
DJ's a
Binks.
Jar Jar fan? Wow.
Justin, how are you this
not a
morning? How was your
Jar Jar
Christmas?
If you're a real Star Wars fan, you're a Jar Jar fan. That's just the way it is. That's how.
Yeah, we got two questions, Justin.
Yeah,
One,
so
how was
hold
your
on.
Christmas? And question number 2 for Justin is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love Jar Jar Binks?
And Justin, pause that right there. While you ponder that, think of a fantastic answer. I want everybody to take notice. I am a huge Star Wars fan. That is Darth Vader getting cooked on the Yule log over there.
Nice.
Go, Justin.
I
You
did
got
have a
enough
good.
time to ponder.
I did have a good Christmas. I actually avoided the prequels. Like the longest time, I did not like Star Wars because for Christmas one year, ironically enough, I got in Episode 6 and then the prequels, and I tried watching those, couldn't even get into them, and I didn't even have like the first Star Wars movie to watch. So
An incomplete saga for
yes,
enjoy.
That's hilarious.
at least I got them, and I have the 2 discs that has one is the special edition and one's the original, but not the original because they still have some changes. But like, there's no egregious changes made to it.
You don't say.
That poor actor that played Jar Jar Binks thought he was like ringboarding into like the next realm and the next echelon, and he just shut
Jar
up.
Jar Binks is probably the first character of the Star Wars universe that was openly hated.
Yeah, like
Right?
absolutely.
Like he started the trend of hating certain Star Wars
They should
tropes.
have made some like some merch off that, some dartboards, some
I mean,
target
they
shooting with Jar Jar Binks there.
like hate
Yes.
hate merch.
Yes, hate merch.
Jar Jar hate merch.
They could have really,
Yeah,
cast
they
it.
That's
brought
when
him.
the fandom went nuts.
Didn't they bring him back in something? As
They
kind of
brought
like,
the actor back.
Yeah, the actor. That's what I mean.
Yeah, the actor
Oh,
came back and had that total redemption episode.
In Mando. He was the actor that saved Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda
Oh,
from the
okay.
tank.
Oh, it wasn't Mando. That's right.
I prefer the fan theory that Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord, and he.
You too, 'cause he single-handedly handed over the Senate to the Empire.
Yeah, I
He was one
really.
that called
If
for
you
the vote
watch
of no
it, if
confidence.
you watch Jar Jar with that information in mind, it's a little better. A little, not much, but a little bit better.
Misa Wusa Isa.
Misa don't know what's going on.
Getting
Oh, but
flashbacks.
Misa always okay.
Hi, monkey.
Here's another character that people hated for a long time. Remember that guy?
Monkey?
The monkey.
Monkey, how was your Christmas?
Hey.
It was
and
good.
that-
You look on.
You got a lot of toys? Yeah. I like your headband.
Thank you.
Yes, that's
Just be
awesome.
careful if there's a cataclysmic event and Bleak needs milk.
Bleak might be your worst enemy. Be careful.
Yeah, just watch out, monkey.
Oh my God. There's the shoes. There's the sock. What was your favorite gift you got? Tell Stephanie here. She was talking about how when she was a kid, she never got one, and it made her so sad. Tell her what you got.
A Barbie dream house.
Barbie.
can play with
Dream-
Ah,
That's the
I have
one
a bunch
with
of Barbies.
the
they
pink
still make
slide.
those?
It has the pink slide on the side.
You have to talk about
Oh,
You know, I had a bunch of
That's a
Barbies growing
good
up, and I
one.
never got a dream house. I always wanted one so badly. You're
her
so lucky.
Barbies were homeless. They lived on the streets.
they were unhoused.
They
Barbie
lived
Dream
in
Hut.
my room.
Barbie
I
Dream
did,
Alley.
like, several brothels in the back of my.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the
You
Barbie
wouldn't
dream house is
believe what
cool. It has
Stephanie's
that,
Barbies had to do to survive.
the elevator on the side. I know too much about a Barbie dream house. Sorry.
You really do know a lot about the Barbie Dream House, man. I'm just A little disappointing, but it's all right. All right.
Izzy,
No.
what was your big big
you,
gift
Mark.
from Christmas?
I got a lot of cool things, but I guess
No, I don't care about all that. Just what was the big one?
no, but there was two things.
A trip
So
to Turkey.
the fan in me got this baby.
Oh, the Matrix of Leadership.
All right, talk about another character people hated. People hated Hot Rod for a long time.
I don't know if they hated it as
He was
much
no
as they just missed
Optimus.
Optimus.
And I got an airbrush.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Izzy,
So-
have you airbrushed a lot before?
I've never airbrushed. The last time I
So you
airbrushed
should bring it to Heroes Con and wait for Heroes Con to use it for the first time.
Oh hell no!
Yeah,
I
I'll
have
show
to
you how to
practice
use
this baby. I got projects, man. That's way too long of a time.
Wait to get
frame.
exploratory on the big stage.
The only thing I remember
Yeah,
about
so those are the
airbrushing,
two biggest things. Like those are the two most coolest thing. I also got a sound bar, some other stuff. So
That's gonna elevate your art quite a bit. That airbrush.
that's if I know how to fit. If I know how to use it.
He's going to
Yeah.
be doing caricatures
Airbrushing
of the comic
is
community in no
tedious.
time.
I'm like
He's going to be
I
sending
already
out
learned you have to
t-shirt
draw with two
AOKs.
hands.
Yeah, Izzy,
You
you,
gotta,
should do
you gotta,
like
you
denim,
gotta use two hands for an airbrush, which
Like
I already
denim.
learned.
denim jackets. Like bring that back.
Oh, imagine that the denim jackets back in the day.
And then we'll all be like a gang at Heroes Con.
Everybody's name in calligraphy.
Denim jackets.
Why you gotta hack on the denim jackets? Come on, guys.
Yeah,
No,
we need
that's I had
we
that.
need caricatures on cheap t-shirts stat.
I got a cutoff one that I wear on
You
my
gotta
left.
use it. You gotta get an 8-ball jacket and then draw over the 8-ball jacket.
Got Frankenstein drawn on it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You leave the 8-ball jacket alone, sir.
Oh, look at that! John Malone has 2 airbrushes with a small compressor, and he hasn't
Yeah.
tried it yet.
I had it for 5
It's
years.
tedious to do it.
Hey,
Yeah, I've never
I,
tried.
I learned it with Mr. Hippus. I learned in high school. actually.
Okay,
They
I didn't
would
know
put
we had
airbrush
that.
thing. And when I would try it, I would notice afterwards you definitely get some in your nostrils. You're like, oh, it's fun. Really?
So-
That
So
all,
back-
all over your hands.
back in the day, I did have an airbrush. I had an early air, but it's nothing compared to what they look like they are now.
Mhm.
So I never really mastered it. So I was like, I'm done with this. I'm gonna go back to the standard approach of drawing. I'm like, never really went that far with it. But now I was like, you know what? I want to use it for like putting backgrounds and stuff like that, not to actually
Ooh.
do the art, but like
Yeah.
just if I want to color backgrounds or things
Yeah.
like that,
Do
or
a nice
just have
outline
like,
or something.
yeah, I
Yeah.
want to use it as an accessory item rather than something to actually do the art. If I get
Good.
good, if I get to Zavala level, that's one thing, but I don't see myself going to Zavala level.
Yeah, we don't.
Shavala.
Thanks
No.
for the vote of confidence there.
I'm just being real. He's
I know, no,
it's like comparing yourself to Jordan. You're picking up a basketball for the first time, talking about I'm gonna get to Jordan's level. Zavala is like he's the end all be all for me
Dude.
when it comes to airbrushing.
yeah, when you look at airbrushing is a completely different skill set.
See, but this is also like the battery in your back for you to say, you know what, this DJ's a jerk. Watch me. I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna put in the work and watch what I'm gonna do.
Oh no, it's because I know exactly you're right in that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna go that level, man. I don't want to be that level, man. I don't have the space for that level. That's because again, that's like the funny thing is that this thing comes with a mask. You gotta wear. I'm like, you gotta wear a mask. Nah.
Yes, you do, unless you want blue nostrils or whatever.
But I like this. I like getting high.
You don't have, yeah, you don't have, that's don't worry.
That
bro.
good old
Yeah, right.
school.
Hand clip.
I like getting high. Like, yo, when it comes to markers, man, I'll be sniffing them suckers all day, man. That's why they made scented markers.
Yeah, they encouraged us to sniff them.
Yep. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna get high, that's how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, no mask, no gloves. And you got to get in
The
there.
gloves I gotta have, man. These hands are too precious.
Have you thought about getting them insured?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got to get them insured. I'm like George Costanza, man. I don't want to. You know.
When are you gonna start? When are you gonna start doing some art?
When the inks come in,
Oh, okay. You haven't
I
got.
had to
that.
order. So they got me an airbrush set with no inks. I'm like, but now like all I could do is just look at it, and be like, oh, look at this, and it's a starter
You can-
kit. So this is
You
like,
can make your own ink out of some food, even in the kitchen or whatever.
yeah, but it's a starter kit. So being that it's a starter kit, I don't want to. I want to use the actual tools for it because if you
So does
start
it come
doing,
with the big compressor?
no, this is the. So this is a compressor that's part of it. See that? So it's actually
okay.
it's a compressor it's like a little thing. Look, the gloves,
There you go.
the mask. You know, it's just a regular compressor. It doesn't even have the speeds. So that's the compressor.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
Sounds like I'm getting a
It sounds exactly like a facial shaver, and
Right?
only a facial shaver.
And it holds like one too, right?
Yeah. Hey, Finn.
Hi.
Hi, sir. How was your Christmas?
Good.
What was your favorite toy you received from Santa Claus?
3D printed Pianosaurus and Doughy.
I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to explain that to me.
It's from a game,
What game?
Happy Playtime. That's what I'm doing right here. That's what
Nice.
we were putting on stickers. I got the game all the way up to chapter 3.
Oh, that
cool.
yeah, with the I've seen those dolls, with the blue doll with the big smile.
What else did Santa get you?
Well, Pop Up got me the game. I'm playing it on Nintendo.
What did Santa get you?
A bunch of stuff. I don't hardly. And I also got a bunch of money, I think, from Santa, or maybe mommy or daddy got it.
So
What did you ask Santa for?
So I asked him for
universal health care?
no.
Peace.
I asked him for. I'm thinking. A DS.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And also a. I'm thinking.
Do you know how many elves had to die for that DS?
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. So what was,
you ever seen that Eddie Murphy skit with the elves?
3D printed Pianosaurus and Doughy.
That's nice.
Very cool.
What was your fifth favorite toy?
Did you get a game for your
DS? Yeah, I got Tron.
You got Tron
for DS.
Oh wow, that's awesome. I want to play Tron for the DS.
It's pretty cool. You can play the different arena battles, like light cycles or the disc battles, tank war. That's really cool.
Where is my DS?
It's right next to your PSP.
No, I had the PSP is the most useless thing I ever bought. It's funny because I remember buying it, and then like I was one of the first people over here, at least, like to jailbreak it. So I was putting movies on it and all that stuff, and then it was just a waste. Like it was like the games are terrible, like the PSP.
Well, they
PSP.
They did a compact version now, right? So now the PlayStation has a compatible set now, portable.
Dude, I love the PSP. That was one of the few things that I got. Like I didn't get the Vista, but I got the first one, and they had Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I can run around as Jedi, and I love that game. And I still have a bunch of them. And they had the getting on the internet was weird. I tried.
That's a mug, sir. Holy, I'm sorry, Mark. I was distracted by that mug.
It just popped out, right? It just.
Adam, let's see that mug one more time. Holy crap!
For the mug.
Oh, they're sorry. I'm a little deaf. I've played in rock bands for 30 years.
Nah, it's cool. I saw your whole head disappear when you took a sip.
I said, Steph, why didn't you give me the big one?
Yeah, that is so shit.
I got a pretty big. It's probably. Oh, I don't know if it's as big as this one.
Oh, I don't know. I think mine's bigger. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yours is taller. I like the Stein aspect. I was drinking coffee out of a Stein yesterday at her place.
But I don't drink from this cup. I use it for like my pens and markers.
I've got a Stein. I was a bar manager for 10 years, and I got a Stein from a brewery that I use just for that purpose, like just for my pencils.
What up, Taylor? Taylor, this is my friend Adam Z. He's from Wisconsin as well.
Hello.
He's visiting.
Oh.
Taylor's from Wisconsin.
So, Adam, tell us why Wisconsin is the serial killer capital of the world.
Because it's cold. The sun never comes out. It's miserable. Everyone gets pissed off. We're all drinking beer, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's
That'd be
driving around
peace
in snow
poisoning.
like maniacs. I mean,
If you stay there too long, you might just go a little crazy and want to kill and or eat people.
Yeah.
Or make furniture out of them.
Touche.
I watched the Ed
Nope,
Gein.
the night,
I just watched the Ed Gein Netflix thing, and I'm not usually into that sort of thing, but I thought I liked Charlie Hunnam's take on it, and I thought it was really well done. Like better than I couldn't watch the Dahmer one. That was creepy. And I don't know.
The Dharma one was wild. I really enjoyed the Ed Gein one. From it, I don't like the fact that they're like sensationalizing serial killers and stuff like that. Like being a killer is wrong, right? So let's just get that out the way. But I think
You don't say.
yeah, but underneath it, from a story perspective, it's all about like Ed Gein was different, and then it was, and I'm not talking about the real person. I'm talking about in the show. So he was just different, and he wanted to express that. So in that scene where he was finally wearing like the woman suit and was in the snow and was doing the snow angels and stuff, for me that was beautiful because he was able to really express who he truly was there from a storytelling perspective.
How many times have you done that yourself outside in your backyard?
Wore a woman suit and snow angels?
Yes.
If I had $1
I know.
for every time. I'm from Wisconsin, though.
Yeah.
Weird shit.
It's different. It's different. Yeah.
I'm gonna say none.
None.
Yeah.
None of us believe that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say none. But yeah,
I thought the best thing about the absolutely coolest thing for me about the Ed Gein thing was the parallels they did to the movie making that followed. You know, like that was amazing. Like showing that kind of the sick end of everybody's fascination with that kind of stuff, right? Like showing how like Hitchcock was, you know, kind of like sucking into that world and being, you know, they painted everybody as a little creepier than they were just because it tied to the theme. I thought that was brilliant.
Think of how interesting that had to be, though, because that was before they had all these had the internet, obviously, but before you had all these true crime documentaries, or Time Magazine did their annual Murderers of American History. So this is like them hearing these kind of stories for the first time ever. For us, by the time we're 15 years old, we've read about these people and heard these crazy stories, and it's just, yeah, another psychopath. But for them, that had to be like almost mystical in nature.
Yeah,
Well, that's how they painted his girlfriend, right? His girlfriend was like just a weirdo, kind of morbid creep, and
they were the true OGs,
Which
dude.
is
They
every
didn't
lady
get
in
any
Wisconsin.
influence. They had no influences. They had no internet. They really just killed out of the pure love of it. All we got now are copycat.
Yeah, I blame it all on Bugs Bunny.
Right?
Like none of these killers dropped anvils on people. Speaking of killers from Wisconsin, Taylor Winder, what's going on, you sexy beast?
I know. Huh?
Fun fact: I used to carry an anvil in my trunk in the winter to weight on the back tire, the weight on the back, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's why.
Power slide around corners, and it wasn't braced in there well. So every corner I took, it punched out and like put holes in the
side,
in the rear quarter panel. So it looked like somebody was trying to shoot their way out of my trunk. I got pulled over for that.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
today's
this is
boxing day, right?
Sledges, right?
Yeah, I'm getting my gloves on right now. We got to go outside and fight pretty soon. So.
Oh, Stephanie, you're not the boss of me.
It's like the 5 points.
No matter how much I wish you were.
All right, Taylor Winder's gonna tag me out. I'm gonna get out of here. I got some.
Adam and I are gonna bust too. We gotta.
Wait, Adam, before you leave, where in Wisconsin are you at?
Smoke bomb.
Me? Did you say me? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm living in Racine right now, which is why I'm visiting her, because I was going stir crazy.
Fucker. Jesus. All right.
Racine is the armpit of Wisconsin.
I know. I'm from Appleton. I've lived in Madison and Chicago and all over. So yeah. Racine's awesome.
I know.
Madison's the best part of Madison, or best part of Wisconsin. I think.
Yeah.
Madison.
If you're gonna go anywhere. Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Right. Love you.
Y'all have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Taylor, how was your day yesterday?
Perfect. I didn't do a goddamn thing.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Did you
Literally.
gift yourself anything special?
I bought myself a new pair of Chelsea boots.
What is that? Serious
They're those like
question.
slide on, like hipster, like London boots, stompers kind of. So
Whenever I hear boots, all I can picture is like cowboy boots. That's all that my
no,
brain-
like think like 1970s punk rock boots.
Pilgrim boots with like
Gotcha.
buckle.
That did it. Gotcha.
Not pilgrim boots, you
He
Philistines.
said pilgrim boots.
Get the pilgrim boots with the big buckles in the front.
Yeah. I see you got your annual flip flops, which is the southern version of getting annual boots.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a good day?
Yeah, dude, we've all kind of been under the weather this week with just
Yeah.
I mean,
Christmas
kids
crud,
always bring
how it works.
kids bringing stuff home from school. Finn was under the weather last week, sniffly, and it's almost just like bad allergies almost. But that just poorly timed,
I mean,
So
it seems to happen that way every year for everybody I know. It's just
everything's
Everyone
still
gets stressed,
enjoyable, but it makes everything very difficult to do.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen whole families go down. Kids are fucking rotten,
Well,
man.
my brother's family is all knocked out right now. His wife was supposed to have like spinal surgery today and can't because they all have the flu. So
Yeah, kids just go to school and they come back and they're like, I got whatever I got. And they just destroy whole families, dude. It's awful.
And I'm not even saying this jokingly, but the plus side to kids always bringing stuff home for you is like when it does make you stronger on the other side of it.
Fair.
yeah,
I know, like my hashtag blessed. My family went through like the whole COVID thing with flying colors kind of thing. I went to Heroes Con that year and knocked around with a smaller group of guys, and every single person in our group, how it goes, Taylor. We're all hanging out on the floor together. We're all eating meals together, crammed in booths together. Every single one of them got sick except for me and Pops. Every year, people come back
got
with
them sick. I got it.
Yeah, but like we're our immune system was like, you're good.
Yeah, like you're the carriers now. We're fine.
I'm secretly attacking everyone else.
Yeah.
But like, and how people come back with con crud. I don't typically ever get con crud and stuff, But I just chalk that up to because I get like the little crud throughout the year thanks to the kids. That same crud that people don't get till they're in large groups. People with kids tend to probably get that same strain earlier on when it was first circulating the schools.
Yeah.
I missed the whole COVID thing. Didn't get COVID through the entirety of COVID, whatever nonsense.
It's not over.
And I know I caught it like a
It's
year
not
afterward.
over.
I caught it a year later, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is the worst. This sucks."
I've never had COVID, knock on everything, but I'm also
It sucked, bro.
And...
The version I had of it was awful. I'll give you that. I don't know. There's different strains or different levels, but I was knocked the fuck out.
And like the it keeps evolving too. So like it's like a race between Mark's family's immunity system and the virus.
Well, no, me and the wife caught like early on. We got the Delta strain, and like remember like the very first comics curing cancer. Like I was down and out through that, but it's just like having the flu. The wife and I just sat on the couch and just watched a lot of old comedies from the 2000s and just took like cough and flu medicine and felt under the weather for a few days and you get over it. I mean, it sucks. It doesn't feel good, but like we're at that point, like, I mean, that was some years ago now. So we're in our 30s, and we're sitting there staying hydrated and just feeling yucky. It's just, it wasn't nothing. Luckily, life change. I'm not old or predisposed to being a target group for that.
Yeah.
We got it. Like we all got hit with it. I got hit with it the lightest because my taste buds came back almost immediately. But around here we had a couple of we actually lost a couple of family members as a result. But like for us directly,
maybe you'll find them again someday. Bad joke.
For us directly, we
just continues.
It was like just like having a cold, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's not bad. Sorry for your loss.
I bet, and I know you said you haven't had it, Taylor, but I would bet money on it that you have. Like, you can be asymptomatic.
Every slight little thing I've come down with, I've gotten tested and I haven't. So like,
no, that's wild. But have you been? Well, I guess like you can test for the antibodies, like versus testing for it, because like kind of like when it went to Heroes Con, like the joke is like, oh, you're giving it to everybody. Well, we would have been completely unaware, kind of thing. Well, but it's just so common. It's like saying you've never had a cold at this point.
I know. Did y'all get your yearly goals for comic books, or do you set those for collecting?
I take them as they come, brother. You know what? I do enjoy having like I have a list, obviously, and I'd love checking off the list. But if something good comes my way that's not on that list, I'm still gonna grab it.
That's about all. I don't have.
I have one book, but I have to add 4.
I do the thing at the beginning of every year where I kind of just set like what my goals are, and it was to double up the number. This sounds funny, but it's an actual thing to double up my Turok 1 count, which I'm not joking. I 5x'd it.
Nice.
5x'd it, and I'm trying to remember what the other ones were. I didn't have any like major grails on it, but there's only like 3 things, and the other one was Hulk number 3, which I got at Heroes, which I planned to get at Heroes and I got it at Heroes. Nice. But yeah, it was a good year. I think the goal was to pass 5,000 subscribers because I'm very passive about growing the channel. Just let it and it did that, so that's good.
I'm very passive too. I would really like to hit 1,000 at some point in time. That'd be cool. That'd be all right.
I might make a video in 2026. We'll see.
No,
I was thinking the same thing, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Make a video.
I'm tired of making
that kind of pressure on yourself, guys.
Yeah, now I've got this thing called a job now, so I don't have time
I've got this thing
doing
called
other jobs.
I think everyone on this panel has a job, right?
Well, not always.
I got fired twice.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we are talking with Taylor here.
I spent 4 months unemployed this past year.
I know, brother. I know.
I should have been making videos during that time, but I was not
living that entrepreneurial life.
You have been at least making OnlyFans videos, Drew. That was very irresponsible of you.
Look, I prefer Fansly.
Don't give me that bullshit. You're selling feet pictures on OnlyFans. You know you were.
Bro, I don't have socks on right now.
Everybody knows OnlyFans doesn't make enough money. You don't make enough money on OnlyFans anymore.
Says who? If you ain't making enough money on OnlyFans, you are not taking proper pictures of your hoo-ha.
No, you just got an ugly butthole if you ain't making money on OnlyFans.
Remember when they
make money on OnlyFans
weren't allowed to show any of those pictures anymore? And then there was memes about we're gonna get a lot more waitresses in the next little bit.
Yeah,
I know you from somewhere. I don't know exactly where I know you, but I've seen you somewhere.
I think OnlyFans has only proven that the better looking your butthole is, the less you're willing to work. my strong work ethic comes from having a unpalatable butthole.
Unpalatable?
Yeah, nobody wants it. Like, whose fault is that? I guess it's mine. I'm gonna.
Drew,
have
how
to
was
work
your
harder.
Christmas?
Oh, it was really good, actually. I hung out with my kid for a little while in the morning. Got to see
What y'all argue about?
We actually did not argue. That was
Christmas
very
miracle.
Nice. Yeah. She was appreciative of the gifts I got her, which was pretty cool. I got my nephew the Ultimate Hot Wheels garage, not the one from this year, one from like 2 years ago.
Like the Barbie Dream House, but for Hot Wheels.
It is, man. It's got like a giant T-Rex that eats the cars or tries to eat the cars as they go around it. It's got like parking spots for over 100 cars.
Yeah, Finn had this when
you can
younger.
Attach it to the other tracks, so like when they leave the garage, they can zoom out and do your loop-de-loops and shit.
Yeah,
it's no Fisher Price one, but I guess it's cool.
It was very Mattel Christmas for me and my niece and nephew. My niece wanted everything Barbie. My nephew wanted everything Hot Wheels. And like literally they're upstairs now. They just got here. It's been Hot Wheels over and over and over. Hey, Uncle Drew, do you see this car? You know why he's the fastest? Hey, do you see this one? Hey, do you see Gravedigger? He'll be 3 this year. So it's like awesome. Yeah, and his love for Monster Jam has also erupted. So everything is Gravedigger and Mohawk Warrior.
Let's go.
Yeah, my little sister is just like, he can't figure out what a letter A is, but he knows every single Monster Jam character. Like they're going out of style. He comes to me, he's like, "Hey, Uncle Drew, do you know Gravedigger?" And I was like, "When I was your age, Gravedigger was a thing, bro. I've got 40 years of Gravedigger knowledge over you. Don't even come at me with Gravedigger right now."
That's when you throw Bigfoot in his face. Yes. In my day.
Yeah. It's been a really good 24 hours or so of just hanging out with family, and I got some Moms and pops blessed me with some cash, which was nice. And my mother went nuts. Like literally, there is so much candy in my life right now. Like if they make a theater box of candy, I have it. Like there's Goobers here, there's Milk Duds, I've got Whoppers, Reese's Pieces, Swedish
That's part
Fish.
of their plan. They gave you all this money. Now they're trying to cash back in by killing you.
I can't wait to die of diabetes or die of beatus. What are you? I don't know how you say it.
Yeah, Wilford Brimley was 49.
Yeah, they're going to take my feet. I'm going to stumble around feetless before it all happens.
Justin, what's y'all families? What do y'all do for Christmas?
We would have had everyone over, but like extended family, but we just had my grandmother over because my cousin was out of town. They're in what? Portugal? What is it? Not Portugal. What's the other country?
There's
a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Venezuela.
Yeah. Timbuktu.
I think it starts with P. I think it does.
It starts with a P.
Portland.
No, it was like they went to Thailand and then they went somewhere else.
Punta Cayo.
China.
Sure. No.
Puta Madre.
Taiwan.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. That's just America light.
Yeah, that's Latin. No, they can't call it Latin America.
I guess you could, couldn't you?
Thing.
They're literally Latin.
It's in the Gulf.
And it's America.
Spanish.
Dude, I love Puerto Rico. That place is beautiful and it's so much fun.
Island of garbage.
Justin, are you in the Criterion closet? Have you seen those videos where like all these famous directors go to the Criterion closet and pick out movies?
Oh yeah, those are actually all trade paperbacks, aren't they?
Oh,
Justin?
wow.
Yeah, he's a reading.
You should have like people do that, like pick out their version of which favorite trade paperbacks are in your collection they want to read or whatever.
That'd be cool.
Did you figure out what the country is yet? I'm super curious.
I'm waiting on the text back. Here you go.
Is it Uruguay?
Okay, I was way off. It's Singapore.
Oh yeah, definitely with a P.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're really focusing on the poor.
Yeah.
Probably that's what I was probably thinking.
Tons of poor in Singapore. That's where they have those canes. Singapore canes. Can't wait.
Oh yeah, Singapore canes. That's right.
Yeah.
They
now known as a kendo stick, but a Singapore cane.
Yeah, they make good money. They make good money for the wrestling business.
Didn't that guy like spit out his gum and get caned for it?
Close, Justin. You almost had it. And what was your big get from Christmas? Your favorite takeaway, other than the Taylor Swift album?
Fuck. It's not an album. It's a calendar.
12 months of flat-ass country music. Wait,
Wow.
She doesn't even make country music anymore.
It's like I don't think she makes country music.
I'm a big
She is
Taylor
not.
fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of the Taylor Swift.
I got behind me. Grab it.
I guess amongst big fans, I'm not that big a fan, but personally, I've got an affinity.
Volume 1, Manifest Destiny.
Oh man, that's cool. Is that hardcover?
Yes.
That's dope.
And then
Is that the story of why we own this land?
it's Lewis and Clark. Volume 2.
It's the story of how we took it.
Banged up. Right here. And then up top here too. Right there.
It happens.
Yeah, no.
I haven't gotten that far into that. I read
Who
the
wrote
first
that?
trade, but that was pretty good.
Who wrote that, Justin?
Chris Dignes. Or Dingus. Literally how you pronounce his name.
Dingus.
Old
I'm
dingus.
not kidding.
Dingus.
Oh, Dingus. Manifest Destiny.
What a dingus.
So it's just pretty much biographical?
Historical fiction. So it's about Lewis and Clark, and I know the basics of it. It just was one of those series that I kept meaning to purchase.
Yeah. Do they at least fight Bigfoot in it? In all seriousness.
Not in the first volume.
Damn it.
Not that I
always
remember.
like to
Maybe I didn't
imagine
get all the way
that's
through
why
the
we
first
can't
volume.
find
but
any more Bigfoot because they took him out doing the Lord's work.
It's because Bigfoot is busy. He's got things to do. He
Did
doesn't
they
have
get into an
time
apple fight with
to
Johnny
linger
Appleseed?
around waiting for you to witness him.
Simon Pure did.
Did he really? I think I stopped reading it at that time.
Oh man, there was Johnny Appleseed's one of his genuine friends. He had a like there's a one issue where he bumps into like Annie Oakley, and there's a one issue where he deals with Johnny Appleseed. But yeah, dude, it's Johnny Appleseed's a really cool character. I hope that they bring him back in.
Is he properly depicted where he's just a drunk hobo?
Yeah, with the tin
pot
on his head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he uses that to brew his
apple
cider because he's just a drunk and he wants
Quaaludes.
to plant apple trees so he can be a drunk anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't see a fault with that logic.
I mean, yeah, but he's going to come onto your land
He
to
plays
plant
the
apples.
quarter damage, effing dingus.
I got a replacement though. It was I got a $25 gift card. Now on Amazon it's 28. So I just decided to buy the replacement, and I'm gonna go through the hassle of returning it to Amazon, get that money back.
There you go.
And get something else.
Got the other Dingus book.
Do you have any do you have comic shops in your local area? Because I know you do a lot of ordering and you use the you use the library resource better than anybody else I know.
Yes. So the problem with my local comic shop is it isn't the best. I mean, it has a good amount, but like what I'm looking for, it doesn't really have a good amount of that. I don't do single issues, so if I did single issues, I'd be all set. Although even then, like the reason why I stopped collecting single issues is they'd have like I'd be collecting Something That's Killing the Children, and then they would have I'd be getting good, and then in issue 26 they wouldn't have, and they'd never get it in stock. And I'd keep continuing with the series, so I'd never get issue 26. I had dropped that series, and it just kept happening, and then that's why I stopped doing single issues.
Well, you got to get a pull list when you like something.
I did, but honestly, I should have just told them which ones to get. I think it did at one point, and they couldn't get it for me or something like that. I don't know, but they're also really expensive too. They added up.
Collected editions are the ways to read. Like if you're reading if they're complete stories, like having it all in one hand in your hand is great.
Right, especially when they're as big as this one right here.
You size queen, you.
What I would
suggest, that's a great read. That was a fun read.
Yeah, Rick Remender always does. For those of you who don't know, he always does these like huge deluxe editions that are basically the absolute editions for DC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big artist edition styles.
Yep.
Have you read Spectator yet? Or the Spectators?
Why does that sound familiar?
It's Brian K. Vaughan and
yeah, I have it. That's why
Porn.
I actually rented it from the library. I gotta get on that.
It's a good read.
I would suggest getting a cash in hand job like a bartender, and then
you had me in hand job
for in hand, not hand, unfortunately.
Hand off.
Only foot jobs over here. I'm versatile. You get a cash in hand job like bartender or waiting tables or like parking cars or something like that, and then you form a 10-year relationship with the LCS owner where you irresponsibly spend all your cash there, and then when he sees you coming, he's like, oh, here comes my guy, and he makes sure he has what you need there. It's very much like a drug dealer relationship that I have with my LCS owner, and he takes full advantage of me.
It's almost like I had a job before the one I have now. It was a host at my Red Robin. It was right next to
Yum
that I frequent, and I was when I had my pull list. I had my little pull list. I would go in there, and again, like I would.
You worked at Red Robin?
36, something is killing the children. They wouldn't have that to wait, and then I just got trades, and then dropped all the series, and now I'm.
You worked at Red Robin?
Yes.
That's where me and my wife met years ago. We both worked at Red Robin. Yeah.
I worked at Red Robin for a time as well.
I ate at Red Robin.
Yeah, well, they've got bottomless fries, Izzy. Everybody should eat there.
Steak fries are awesome.
Yeah, you got to get them with the garlic.
The Parmesan on them. Parmesan, yeah. That's
I'm more of a steak fries guy. Just
now they've got really good little pretzel nuggets. I don't know what makes their queso sauce so good, other than the fact that there's probably no real cheese in it at all, but it's really good.
I love their onion ring tower.
Oh,
their onion rings are so crispy. Oh.
I'll go with the family. I'm like, onion rings, and everybody's like, no. I was gonna say, like, looks like I'm getting a short stack for myself. Gotta love the onion rings there. The problem with Red Robin is the burgers aren't that great. The toppings are all amazing. The burgers themselves not that great.
Yeah. And I'm not a steak fry guy. I'm a thin and crispy fry guy. So
I'm like a fresh cut peanut oil fried guy, and like our Red Robin in our town is literally 2 doors down from a Five Guys, so it's like
Nice.
yeah.
All the
I'm gonna go to Five Guys.
hipster joints around here started frying fries and beef tallow again.
That's absolutely delicious.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the way nature intended.
It's I would say though the beef tallow fries, I feel like I can't eat as many of them as I can if they're like fried in a peanut oil.
It's probably a good thing, right?
Look, don't you monitor
like,
my consumptions? I want full
trick,
enjoyment.
Drew, is to let it sit in your mouth longer now.
Settle down there, pal. That's a pause if I ever heard one.
I don't know, no pause.
You just want to let it sit in your mouth.
Yeah, just eat slower. You have to like fill the time void. Eat slower.
Five Guys has already done the thing where they've moved to the wax paper bags from the cups, and it feels like you're getting less fries, which is honestly fine because I feel like they've given you too many fries for so long.
Either you have too few beef tallow or too many peanut.
Well, I think like a beef tallow adds a heaviness to the fry. It's like the beef grease is a, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but to me it feels like I'm eating more calories. I feel like there's more calories in the beef tallow than there is in like a peanut oil, as far as the impartment upon the frozen the fried potato at the end of the scenario.
Rob would have the answer.
Get right on that.
Rob would have the answer.
Rob would have the answer.
Yeah.
Or he'd like convince you he had the answer. Whether or not he actually had the answer.
He'll go do some.
I never fall for bullshit, Rob. He has to have a look in his eye, a twinkle where he's like, I read this, and you know then that he knows what he's talking about.
Well, he read it like 5 minutes prior to saying anything.
Or it's something he's deeply studied for years and years, and it's finally come up in conversation.
Yeah, he's like,
there are
God, my undergrad in beef tallow is finally.
Yeah.
Finally,
that
does exist though. There are people like that.
We don't have any like really cool burger joints around here that have like a tallow tank, like that will cook on a tank. There are a couple of really cool like hipster smash burger spots, but they're all just like flat top smash burger spots.
I'm in the land of butter burgers. Everyone.
Yeah, man.
Puts like a quarter stick of butter on the burger if they do it right. So
that is a very good idea.
Oh, Mark, quick question. Did you take the kids to see Zootopia?
No.
Gotta see it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's on the wife's to-do list.
It's streaming already, isn't it?
No, not yet. That movie
Zootopia 2 came out like 2 weeks before Avatar.
2 weeks ago.
But it's just because like timing was rough.
Dude, it is good. Like
I heard
it's probably better than the first one.
I might go see.
Should I go see that instead of Avatar?
I already saw Avatar.
No, Drew.
I saw them both.
I recommend seeing them both because, but dude, I definitely.
If I see Zootopia instead, I don't have to pay for IMAX and 3D for it to be the full experience.
You got you have to concede the point that the Avatar movies aren't just an average movie. It's an amusement experience.
Yeah, no, I want to see it.
No other film franchise gives you on this level, it's like missing an opportunity you can never get back. I mean, there's not even another one slated till 2029 at the earliest, which it's likely it'll get moved back.
Not my jam, Mark. It's like watching somebody else play a video game. Like the aesthetics are impressive and amazing. It's just not what I'm looking for. So
yeah, Lee nailed it. Furries agrees. Zootopia is a 10 out of 10.
I might go see
Zootopia is awesome.
Furries also agree that Avatar is a 10 out of 10. That's they're both very furry-based films.
Man, Zootopia is a great movie, man. That movie was
Judy
awesome,
Hopps
man.
never tied her ponytail to a horse to fuck it.
Yeah. You got Warburton is the horse.
I'm gonna go see the hit movie of the season today, Anaconda.
I legitimately want to see that because I enjoy laughing.
Too, man, it's getting some terrible reviews though, but
which means it's probably a good comedy.
As long as it's funny, I don't give a shit about the reviews.
Yeah, like comedies typically get bad critical reviews because they go in there and they try to rate a comedy in the weirdest ways I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm down for the premise. I'm down for I like I find all the actors in it funny. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's supposed to be an homage to, in some way, an homage to Tropic Thunder. It's like almost like
we're gonna go make a movie and it's gonna go real on us.
The movie about making a movie. The old
Muppet
it's a
movie
show
about making a movie.
Yeah,
it's a show about a show.
playing.
T-Dub, what was the Emma Stone recent one?
Begonia.
That's one that I have on my short list.
I like that one a lot. I'm really curious to see. Like, you
Never
gotta let me know
heard
what you
of
think
that.
about it when you see it.
I think Eternity is the one I'm interested in seeing.
Begonia
Yeah,
looks
Master
really
Zelda.
interesting, man. Begonia looks very.
I don't even have a clue what it's about. I just know it looks.
Go
artsy,
into it without
artsy.
knowing. You'd be
Colorblind.
better off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks real interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Fish Cat. I agree. Zootopia was better than Zootopia 2.
Really?
I thought Zootopia 2 was great, man. I think I liked it better than the first one.
Well, then you disagree with him.
Yeah, so I'm disagreeing. Yeah, I'm rereading
Don't
it
disagree
again.
with Chad. He'll mollywop you. He'll treat you like a lady at the prison.
But Zootopia is making all the money. So you heard the news about Doomsday and Dune on the same day, and they don't want to switch?
Well, I need to preface this with the usual F Disney statement. F Disney. But I'm Team Dune all the way.
Dune will look great and be soulless, and no one will end up caring or remembering it. And Doomsday will be the movie of the year.
What a terrible take, because Dune
those Dune movies, like every time there's a Dune anything, it's awesome, and I love it as a nerd, but like it won't break
Dune
into the
2,
mainstream.
like had incredible
No, Dune is great.
Everyone was
Dune
talking
2,
about Dune 2, like they were literally like after Dune 2,
nobody was talking about Dune 2. Everybody talked about Dune 1, and the second part came out.
Like,
And it
people
was just like
talking
more
about
of the
Dune,
same.
after Dune 2, like,
and it was
you can
fine.
check, like this is easily verifiable. If you just search Dune 2 on YouTube and look at the content, look at any of the content that people were making and talking about when that came out, everyone was like, "Thank God, now we have a good Star Wars again."
But
Like,
was
they're
there
like, "Screw Disney,
was there a
like, this is
back
our
was
Star
there a
Wars now."
box office return on Dune 2?
It may well.
It
There's
did
a box office.
okay,
I'm
but
actually
it
on
didn't
Box
it
Office
didn't
Mojo
blow
right now.
it didn't blow anybody away. And the first one, I think overall probably was a disappointment as far as the movie it made.
Dune Part 1 was a back-end COVID release, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yes, it was.
Yeah,
a
Dune
back-end
Part
release.
2 did 750 million, bro. That was it.
715 million worldwide. Locally, domestic, it made 282. So it made it. It did well. And that goes Rob.
750 million. Didn't
I'm
we
with Ray.
say-
Folks just
we
wanna
all
get
just say
popcorn
Superman
bucket.
was a failure because it made 700. I don't know, man.
All right, go back to it, Bleak.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Oh,
You
I
said
said that.
Superman.
Didn't we all just say Superman was a failure because it only made 750 million?
No, I did a whole video
About expectations.
before Warner Brothers released their number sheets on that, like weeks before it. I made a video explaining how that movie's going to make around $100 million. I did a whole breakdown video on just the way that I see, like the way I observe things. I'm like, you should expect it on the low end to make a, like I said, if you're a Snyder bot, this is your train of thought. If you're a gun bot, this should be your train of thought. But on the low end, like it was like $100 million profit. And that's exactly what they reported on their sheets, was 100 million profit.
I will say though, with Superman, I think the difference is that WB as a company as a whole went all in on making a profit off of the property of Superman through proper marketing, release of toys, release of tie-ins to the movie, all that stuff. So I think Superman as a whole became a more profitable IP via the Superman movie than it had been under Snyder and all that stuff.
Their legitimate biggest challenge as a studio, as a company, and as a brand was to change the way the general audience perceived this brand.
Exactly.
To convince them that we are now in a new era. It's a clean slate. Come buy a ticket. Try to leave that if you didn't enjoy this universe, come try this one. Was the all happy?
And I think that worked. I also think that there's also a lot of people out there who never heard of Crypto the Superdog who have a plush crypto of some kind at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're looking at and this is a company that 2 years prior put out an animated crypto movie that didn't really connect with audiences the way that it probably should have. That Super Pets movie is actually really good and fun.
Really good. We went and saw it in theaters. It was fun.
Yeah, and
whether,
I mean,
whether or not you like James Gunn's Superman, it did what it set out to do. It set out.
It had a
reset the
purpose.
Tone,
The Denussy.
I think
it had
that's
a purpose, and that purpose wasn't to make $1 billion. That purpose was to make money outside of it through the marketing. It only made.
It was also to like
616.
reset heavily from the Snyderverse and to like
Yeah, it was,
change
it was a relaunch of brand, not just a movie.
and to
So you have
change the
to
whole
take the
tone of
state
everything,
that
so
was
it
out
wasn't
of
all
it, though.
grim and gritty and blue.
I
well,
bet you-
Hey,
I feel
hey,
that
hey! Don't knock on blue movies.
I bet
Yeah,
you
Dune
Superman
was
2
a
is
blue
gonna
movie.
make $1 billion.
Myself.
Those late
Yeah,
Friday.
tomorrow's gonna be $1
nights were
billion.
What is it, Bleak?
I said those late Friday nights were important, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I think that
Look at
Dune
that.
failed
Look
in
at
the
this.
same way that Superman succeeded, though. I think that you're looking at a movie that it made good money. They're good films. They're visually stunning, really good movies. I just don't think that they've drummed up a level of excitement about the IP in the same way. And a lot of that could be because of that terrible HBO series that killed all of my
Oh my
love for the
God.
universe.
Well, it's
What
also
a slow
it's a
plotting.
much tougher IP. It's got a smaller
I
fan
don't
base.
disagree with that. I really don't disagree. I think that, but I want more Dune. I just
What a great
it's
observation, T-Dubs. It's not a built-in franchise at all,
Right.
and they're making the same numbers and making a bigger profit margin than any MCU movie has done all year, than what any DC movie has done all year. This obscure sci-fi stepping stone for stuff like Star Wars that
That is
people
not
don't
easy to get into.
Well,
It's
that Venn diagram, though.
It's deep cut on everything. It's not fast paced popcorn cinema. It's a thinking man sci-fi story, and it's pulling bigger profits than your major IPs are. That's a great observation, right?
But
there.
I
It
also
shows you
think
where
that it has
the
an
people are hungry.
advantage in that space because people are looking at it and it is literally a big franchise movie without the pressure of the franchise, right? So it's like they have everything built in to draw from and not have to be original, but then audiences get to see it as something wholly original because they're not familiar with the Dune audience, the Dune story or the previous Dune iterations beforehand. So it's like you have that movie from the 80s with who directed that?
Lynch.
Yeah, the Lynch Dune, right? And then you have like the sci-fi series miniseries, which is just as good, if not better, on production value and better as far as it tells the story, right? And then now you have the Denis Villeneuve Dune, which is so epic in its presentation, which is
gorgeous
level, which is like I think that it has the benefit of people looking at it like Dune. Oh, what's Dune? Right? It's like, oh, it's people complain that there's no original ideas, and they look at Dune like it's an original idea. The basic audiences will look at Dune like it's an original idea.
I don't think that's not the basic audience because
Dune is the original idea.
Yeah,
Dune is the idea that gets you all the stuff.
I agree.
anything,
I agree,
really.
but most people who just know pop culture of the day, like the Dune had, it's like early 80s, mid 90s. It's like, now we're doing it again.
Where you get the Sandy Planet from. This is George Lucas's #1 inspiration for Star Wars, and I think what's cool about it is the number of people, because I've really enjoyed these Dune films, and I've watched a lot of stuff on them when they were coming out, and I can't tell you how many people that I saw discovering that this was the basis of all these other great sci-fi things that came after the fact. A lot of people will definitely discover it. But here's a fun little thing too. With Dune Part 2, it did that 715 in the theater. It did 184 million with VOD, paid video on demand.
All these movies are making money video on demand. So
but I'm saying, like, when you look at
making
that,
a lot of money on video on demand right now.
You don't have Blu-ray sales anymore, but you have the small window of VOD sales. That's 184 million VOD, not counting like streaming numbers too for Max and stuff.
Yeah.
So that movie did incredibly well for the studio. Incredibly well.
Well, I'm happy, and I hope we get more of it.
The only thing is, I don't think it's.
I think we're only getting
personal thought.
three,
I
that's
think
it.
having Dune and Avengers on the same day is going to backfire for one of them, and it's probably going to be Dune that's going to backfire.
It's going to hurt Dune big time
because it's not the Barbie Oppenheimer thing. Those are two different types of movies. You're talking about two movies that are not similar in style.
Not a lot of overlap in
fan
the
base.
first release day audience.
Well, I mean, Doomsday might draw like, and I don't think that it's
I'm not going to go see
foregone
both on the
conclusion
same
that
day.
it'll be
That's a fact.
successful.
I'll be
across-
going to see Dune when it comes out on this on
'cause
day.
you're a
That
Marvel
thir-
hater. That's okay.
that
We all know
Thursday-
this.
Way
yeah,
too long. of movies.
I'll let you call me. That's fine. I just don't. I'm more apathetic toward Doomsday. I'm excited for Dune,
I feel that.
but I definitely. I talked about it earlier. I will be seeing Doomsday like as soon as possible. Whether
it'll
that's
be
on
the movie of
Thursday
the year.
releases
There's
or
really
the-
no way around it. You
the
got
Thursday
Thursday,
releases,
Friday
or if
type
I,
of thing.
or if I go Friday morning while the kids are at, you know what I'm saying, or Saturday.
What's up, Jack B?
I just think Doomsday has a much larger demographic that it's appealing
Yeah,
to.
absolutely.
Like hands down, there are very few like groups of mixed gender middle school kids who will give a shit that Dune exists versus like, oh, they're putting out a new movie with Captain America in it. We'll go see that.
So the question I have: what is the current budget for Dune, the new Dune movie? What's their budget? Anybody know?
Three? I don't know. I don't know if they've reported one. I'm assuming around 200.
I would assume
right
it's
now,
increased from the
it's gonna be
last.
around 200.
200 or
Well-
less, it better be. Otherwise, you know.
Yeah. So the last one, Dune Part 2,
What it-
reported
Did you look it up? What
190.
is it?
Right. So right now it says it's around 200. That's the problem. The problem here for them is if this is the third part of a Doom movie, and I know based off Doom Messiah, a lot of people don't think that's one of the better stories. So I'm willing to bet he's gonna make some kind of changes to it.
Hope he makes.
But
a
then
lot
when
of-
you're
it's
competing,
really
you're
weird for me.
competing against a
hope we finally get
franchise
some of the weird
monster.
stuff.
Say what you want to say about the MCU, but this is an Avenger movie, and you're bringing you're
It's the
bringing
franchise that
everybody
has
back.
propped up theaters for the last 20
Yeah.
years.
So you're going to be competing for IMAX theaters, which I'm sure
I
Avengers.
don't think
is
I
gonna
don't think
top
they're
that.
gonna that you don't compete for IMAX theaters. You reserve them ahead of time. That's how that
Yeah,
works.
exactly.
Yeah, we'll make
but
a
you-
deal.
that's
Well-
You're
their-
not competing for them. One person has either reserved them or has not. They're not.
which they probably
competing.
did. Which I think that's why Christopher Nolan.
If they're coming
started
out on the
thinking about
same
putting
day,
writing
the
event.
studios will be competing with those for those slots as far as
I don't
reserving
like
them.
sand. It's coarse.
Well,
and rough.
you reserve them ahead of time. You know what I mean? It's like a restaurant. You don't have to compete for a table at a restaurant. You call to make a reservation. They have it or they don't.
So
then
the
they
question is,
bump
who's
you
going to have the
when
theater?
the
Who's
mayor
going to have
comes
the
in.
IMAX theaters?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
I don't know.
if you have two IMAX theaters in your town and Avengers Doomsday is playing on both of them, you're not going to have the option to see Dune.
Exactly.
Right. So it's I think that
think Dune's gonna
that's
move.
gonna I think Dune is gonna move.
They're saying they're not going to, but I think they're going to move.
That is the dumbest thing.
I
that
think
could possibly
whoever
happen.
has the IMAX screens reserved gets to be the one that stays.
I mean, there's also a very
like Disney can't come in and say we want these IMAX screens, change your plan, and they will.
No, they're not
also a
allowed to
very
do
good
that.
chance
It's a
Avengers will be
contract
reshooting.
locked in.
Unless Netflix comes in.
And I just checked. Dune 3 is officially already locked in for IMAX. So I don't know if Doomsday is officially locked in or what they've got.
I mean,
yet.
there's a good chance Doomsday will be reshooting shit until the week of the release.
What story are they
probably
doing? for
reshooting
Dune
3
3?
weeks after it's released.
Yeah.
What
Add
story
it in
are
on
they
Disney
doing for
Plus,
Dune
make it
3?
better. I don't care.
What are they doing for Dune 3? Didn't we just see Dune? What are they doing? Are they doing any of the other books, or what are they doing for Dune?
Well, they left so much out, so it's like we still haven't seen a goddamn navigator.
Yeah, that's
The
fair.
Flight of the Navigator.
No, oh my God, I
The
saw
reason for the spice to be important in the first place. That Dune has pretty much been like, no, we're not gonna.
Oh, space
address
travel.
that. Yeah, any of the fun sci-fi stuff. We've got all of the weird religious magic stuff, and none of the sci-fi stuff. So it's like, okay, let's find out where it all comes together. I would like for them to explore that more. And if they need 7 more Dune movies to do that, cool. As long as it doesn't become as boring as that HBO series.
Yeah, I'd like them to get into
So-
I'd like them to get into his son's books, like the
As
Butler
crazy as it
and
sounds,
stuff. That'd be
Mark,
cool.
you're right in the sense that Dune has a better chance because of one, next generation IMAX cameras, and two, they definitely did some more reservations. The other thing is, I know with Avengers that wasn't the original date either, right? So they actually moved from the summer to the winter because they found out that you can make more money in the winter season than you can in the
They
summer.
didn't want to compete with other stuff, and I think that they claimed that they delayed it to do more writing. Was their claim?
Yeah, but I think it has everything to do is that they're looking at the projections of how movies.
Look at Avatar right now. Avatar released last week. When's the next blockbuster release?
Doomsday.
World tomorrow. No, it's
Doomsday.
Supergirl.
In all
No,
sincerity, there's
it's
nothing
much.
competing against Avatar.
And that's how Avatar makes its money, doesn't it?
Well, no, they do.
No, they just leave it in theaters for 4 years
year
straight,
for
and then they re-release it after that.
Dude,
That's how they make all their money.
They leave it in theaters as long as people are going to watch it, and that's the cool thing about movies like Maverick or Avatar. People don't stop going for a long time.
It has to be a theater movie. It has to be a movie that as soon as you watch it at home, you lose something completely, and that's how the theaters are making money off of these big ass movies. And it's like Titanic was the same kind of movie.
Ass movies.
It's like a lot of these studios are making big ass movies that just aren't on the same level, right? So they try to jam so much big ass shit into movies that aren't on the same level, and it's like
Thunderbolts is kind of like the perfect example of the opposite. That was a big movie, but it's like they're just done so cookie cutter that there's no, like you said, there's nothing unique. Well, I don't have to go to a theater to experience this because I watch it at home, and and people think it's just as good at home. And they couldn't even keep Thunderbolts in the theaters for 30 days before having to pull it out because they were just bleeding money from no one going to see it.
The Thunderbolts is literally,
and it's a good movie.
Great movie. It is a
I agree.
The problem with it was the marketing.
I don't agree it's a great movie, but I agree it's good. It was like I'm glad I went to the
Thunderbolts is a good movie, but
I'm just telling you what happened with it is not nearly enough people went to go see it to the point that that was a marketing issue before they had to pull it from theaters.
Well, it's also at that point people had lived through a bunch of shitty ass Marvel movies and were just tired.
There has never been a shitty Marvel movie.
Jesus Christ. Well, let's not go down this rabbit hole.
All Marvel movies live in the top half of comic book movies ever created.
Drew's Christmas gift from me is to not ask him what does he think about the Marvels.
I think.
No, I didn't ask you.
If Supergirl doesn't have a bunch of Flarkins in it, I'm not going to like it that much.
The next big movie is going to be Primate.
That's not going to be the next big movie. That's just
the next movie coming out. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know the next blockbuster. Is he like the next?
I know. But I said movie. I didn't say blockbuster.
Yeah. What's going to break the block?
What is the next big popcorn flick?
Supergirl.
I think it is.
Is that a month before Doomsday?
No, I think Supergirl's summertime.
Yeah, that's definitely a summer movie.
Okay. I'm excited for Supergirl. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited to see more from the Gunverse of DCU.
Sledge. Heaven forbid superheroes are multifaceted and have problems.
Well, to be fair, the Thunderbolts were not superheroes; they're all the villains. It's their Suicide Squad, and they were all victims. That is accurate for that group. But that's the first time they really did that with the universe, and it worked really well.
It's also the first time they kind of used therapy to beat the giant blue beam in the sky. Like
that was kind of corny, but whatever.
So the next movie, the only movies that are coming out that have potential are animated movies.
No,
so like
I'm just curious what the next blockbuster.
Cat in the Hat, Hoppers.
When's when's Highlander coming out? A couple of years from now.
Oh, that's not for like another year.
What about He-Man? There's a He-Man movie.
He-Man's in the summer.
Isn't He-Man more of a low budget?
No,
it's very high. For the fences.
Are they okay? So they're throwing everything at it.
Yeah.
When is Street Fighter coming?
Project Hail Mary.
Oh, good one. Project Hail Mary. Street Fighter. That's another good one.
When is Street Fighter set to release? March?
Summertime too.
Summertime.
Actually, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Oh, what about Mortal Kombat or Odyssey?
Oh, wait. So the next one is
Odyssey, I think, is going to underperform, but I think will be a fantastic.
You know what else is scheduled in 8?
Well, hold on, Izzy. Hold on. What is underperforming for the Odyssey? Give me a number.
350.
I don't think it will. I actually have.
Wait.
I have
Are
a
you
different
saying
theory on
wait?
that.
Are you saying domestic or
No, no,
worldwide?
dude,
Domestic.
I don't think it will. I think it'll actually be
What is
very
the-
high at the box office because
what
I
does
think people
domestic have to do with anything? It's how much
people
does
are
the movie make,
It's a number.
period.
Domestic is a number.
people do have comic book
I don't-
fatigue, and normal people just want to go see a good movie, and this movie will do very well. I
I
guarantee.
think
I think Odyssey's already booked more pre-sold already more
Odyssey's
than
gonna hit over
200
500
million.
in my opinion.
Easily,
I don't want
easily.
to give Izzy credit because dear God, but there is one animated movie that I think would count as a tentpole that's coming out this next summer. That's Toy Story
What you got?
5.
You want to know which one even before
Toy
that
Story
one?
5.
You know
What's
which
it
one's
called?
happening in April?
Toy Story 5.
Oh, Toy
Oh.
Story 5. That's going to do $1 billion and probably
gonna do
win
well.
high.
Super Mario Brothers is in April.
Oh, that's another $1 billion.
That'll do
Maybe.
another.
And
Yeah.
here's another
that'll make money
movie
off
that
of
a lot of
franchises
people are
regardless
gonna
of
go
quality.
see. Michael.
What is that?
Michael is gonna be
The
big.
one with John Travolta?
Yeah, John
Michael,
Travolta's an
no,
angel.
not that Michael. I've seen that movie. I like that movie.
I love that movie.
How do you hate that movie? It's a great movie.
Michael Jackson movie.
Oh God.
I don't know, man. I think
people remember who he is.
The general public is not big fans of
Is that why Michael ended up on the Epstein Island list, because he needed something to make him relevant again before this movie comes out?
Possibly.
He's still alive. He's still out there.
He's not alive. He's dead.
Yeah, Michael's
He's
dead.
He's a drug addicted kid toucher. Let's go ahead and
Wow.
celebrate him.
But Michael's gonna be big. Trust me when I say that movie's gonna be big. With the
Well,
music
big
alone.
for a biopic is not the same as.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
gonna be
That's
big,
a
dude.
good point too, because a lot of these movies you have to remember relative to what they are. I think the Odyssey is going to be like massive. I legitimately think it's going to be one of Christopher Nolan's
hope
best
it is.
performing films.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be one of those movies that people are gonna go see, and it's a have to see movie. I think there's gonna be a general audience that are gonna be like, okay, we're gonna see it because it's Christopher Nolan.
Bro, look how good Oppenheimer did, and it's
No,
like
I
a
agree.
period
I
piece
think
about
it's-
science.
I have not seen. I can't tell
is
you of a
true.
Christopher Nolan movie that's bad.
When was
He doesn't
that-
have
the
one.
last-
He doesn't
Exactly, I
exist.
can't tell you that.
When was
I
the
can't
last
think of one.
period cool piece that came out like that? You know, it's been a minute, so I think they're on to something.
People like those.
Gladiator 2 was the last one, but that
Right.
does that count?
That one got roasted because, well, let's
Yeah.
be honest, it deserved to get roasted.
It was not
But-
good.
No, it just wasn't good.
I think general
Also,
audience
Tenet-
is going to note
Tenet
that
was just
Gladiator
okay.
2 wasn't good and not
And it
go
was
see
just
the Odyssey.
okay. But it also came out during that same
Fair.
thing, and that's the whole reason why he left WB in the first place.
I gotta
With the
admit,
whole COVID situation.
I love Tenet, and every time you watch it, it gets better because of how complex it is, which is part of its like
Fantastic
biggest
film.
Achilles heel. Is for most people just watch a movie one time, and most people, if you paid to see that movie and you went to the theater to see it, you couldn't find 10 people that walked out of a showing that could explain it to you well because of how complex it is. But the more
Interstellar
you
had the
watch
same
that
issue.
movie, it gets so freaking good. I mean, so good. Because what used to be like your stuff you're trying to break down, you now have it, and you're like watching through those scenes and you're starting to catch it, and like you feel these moments. It's like when you're trying to like understand like these heavy scientific concepts, and you have these brief moments where you feel like that understanding hits you. You get those moments watching Tenet back over and over. You're like, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Then you lose it because you're like, back in time.
Tenet has
It's so
this
fun.
way of telling you how something works in a way that is very confusing and then showing you in a way that's very simple. And it makes you feel like you're understanding a higher concept. And I think Interstellar kind of had the exact same way of operating.
Oh,
And
so
it's
good.
Well, it comes from Memento and his way of taking a different approach to showing you a story, to turning it inside out and looking at it backwards like a Mobius strip of.
They're all
of
just
an
Donnie
idea.
Darko.
Donnie Darko fucking sucks. That movie is terrible. Can make that face all you want.
Tell us about the Marvels. Tell us about the Marvels.
Yeah, you might as well after that.
Well,
now.
Donnie Darko doesn't have nearly enough Florkins in it, so let's go ahead and go with that. We don't have enough Ms. Marvel tie-in to Donnie Darko as well. We need more of that. We need more Iman Vellani. That's really all there is to it. But Donnie Darko sucks.
Sledge, tell me you've never read the original ASM without telling me you've never read the original ASM.
I was just gonna say, like Marvel.
work
That's
on premise.
Marvel's whole thing is to
Yeah.
make characters, heroes have problems with mundane issues.
Right.
That's
Marvel
Marvel's
heroes
whole
have no problem beating their villains. They have problems paying their bills and
Yes.
getting back taxes handled. Like these are the
Exactly.
problems that Marvel heroes have.
And they got 100 problems if Mary Jane's around.
Well, I mean, the better looking the girls you hang out with, the bigger the problems that enter your life will be.
Yeah.
And Spidey's just hanging out with hotties all over the place. Mary Jane,
That's his problem,
Gwen.
dude. Lower the bar, Spidey. Get you a homely girl that can cook.
Yeah,
Mary Jane, Gwen, even like those that he kind of
Betty
dated
Brant?
are
Come
still
on.
hot, like Betty Brant.
Yeah. Every time a new girl shows up in ASM, no matter how bad the story is, she's still a hottie.
That's true. That is true.
It's like, you got it rough, Peter. Do I?
It's like John Romita Jr. is drawing ASM, but for some reason, this blockheaded lady that Peter's dating is still pretty.
He has drawn a good Mary Jane.
So I am a JRJR fan. I think his art is phenomenal. I think the style of it is something that a lot of people just don't understand.
It's
Is
just
perfect.
everyone looks like they're related to Tombstone.
But in the same vein, everybody in a Tim Sale book looks exactly the fucking same and is angular as well. Like
Tim Sale's so much cooler to look at than JRJR.
I disagree.
I like Frank
Drew, you've been wrong
Frazetta, but
before.
all his chicks look like they have snake faces, so that's just a fact.
That's
To be
true, but
fair-
Frazetta puts enough lines on the page that you forget.
I'm not a
That's
fan
right.
of. I'm not a fan of Alex Ross's women. His women don't always look too good.
They always look like him with hair.
They look like you know,
He's
like
looking in the mirror for reference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's J. Scott Campbell, where they all need a sandwich.
They're all the same.
But they've all went to the
hourglass.
same surgeon, plastic surgeon. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, like
No,
give me big old tiggles and
Give
get rid
me
of all my
Greg
ribs.
Horn, where it's just a traced face. Like I'm not mad at any of them.
Or Greg Land, where their waist is about a finger.
It don't matter. It looks good. It's fine. It's a style. Looks great. It's like people who hate on JRJR but like love Ed McGuinness. It's like, really? Like what?
I love JRJR,
where-
and
I just think that the way we as nerds like will judge the things we don't like is
JRJR
becomes
is who you
ridiculous,
bring
and
in.
I'm as guilty as anybody, if not more so.
You bring in JRJR to follow a really popular person.
No, you bring Mark Bagley for that.
Well, yeah, but Bagley's a Spider-Man version, but JRJR.
Bagley's just
came on-
JRJR with curves.
He came on after Miller. He came on. You know, he's just like he bats after the game's already over.
Unless you're Eric Larson's, which you always followed McFarlane.
Yeah.
No, Eric Larson's the new McFarlane, isn't it? It's like they never do anything anymore.
All the time.
Except for Larson still writing and drawing Savage Dragon, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he's got
He's still doing it.
long-running book that he's
Jeez.
done for years and years and years.
I've not
I'll
read
take-
it, but apparently it's gotten pretty crazy.
I'll take Larson over McFarlane any day, but
that's true.
I
Let's
haven't
not-
picked up a Savage Dragon
crazy.
comic since before 30.
Dragon. One of the cool things about Savage Dragon is that he writes it in real time. So I think Savage Dragon is already long gone, and he has like a new Savage Dragon now. But I'm with you. I haven't read Savage Dragon like since
Yeah,
the
with like the first 25 issues or whatever, and beyond that, I have not picked up
Yeah.
a Savage Dragon comic in 30 years.
It's like one of Biggie's favorites. He reads a lot of Savage Dragon.
It's got its audience, man. It's like, I don't think it's going anywhere until he doesn't want it to be there anymore. You know, it's like I feel it's very much like Spawn, in the way that like Spawn just keeps going, even though it's like I don't know what people are reading in Spawn, because every time I picked up a modern issue of Spawn, it's just drivel. It's just like so much nonsense, so much Spawnisms thrown at you. You know what I mean? Like I just can't wrap my head around it.
Best
I
thing.
feel like the first arc of Spawn is like the best Spawn has ever been. Like,
And that's
just
not a giant. That's like written by a kindergartner who's never read it, like written a comic before. It's fine. It has its fans.
the best Spawn's ever been was issue 9 to whatever. Neil Gaiman wrote it, and that was the best.
but he's
That was the best Spawn's ever been.
he's troubled waters too. So
Yeah,
what about
I'm not,
issue
Yeah, I
10
couldn't
with
give a shit
Alan
what he does
Moore?
in his personal life.
yeah, I'm not
Alan
worried.
Moore
about
Spawn.
I'm just saying what he did with Spawn. That was the best Spawn's ever been. It's the only reason Spawn's really any good to begin with. But sorry, Todd, I love you to death, but let's be honest. Neil gave him all of his.
Didn't Brian Michael Bendis write Spawn at one time?
Yeah, but Neil gave him all the backstory, all the lore, all real good history. Like Spawn was pretty.
Then he took the character from Todd and sold it to Marvel out of spite.
Yeah, he said something to Todd. They were having an argument. He's like, "No, I'll just go write another story on the plate, or I'll just he's just like blah blah blah. I'll just go write another $1 million story. Go fuck yourself."
She's in Marvel Rivals now, so she's making money from Marvel. So
yeah.
She wouldn't be doing that sitting in a drawer over there at Image.
Also, nobody gives a shit about her over at Marvel, so she's really not doing much.
Well, they do whatever they want with her in Marvel.
No,
I know, but
she's
they don't.
every
they
one
don't
of
want
her
to do anything 'cause it's getting out of
every one of her
character.
miniseries has been good.
I
She
like
got that Stephanie Hans drawn
miniseries. That was a good miniseries.
Miniseries that she was in. Like everything she showed up in Original Sin,
Yeah,
which was
Justin.
terrible, was one of the best parts of it. Yeah, I mean, Angela's a good
Justin.
character.
Right.
I think they've actually done good stuff with her.
They made her Thor's sister.
Yeah, they just bought her out of spite though, because they were like, "Fuck you, Todd." that's the only reason
That's
they
fine.
bought.
I think Todd and Spawn's success is based off of
So
a
wouldn't
very
it be
great
cool?
Donny
Wait,
Cates
wait.
quote: "Kids
Now
love chains."
that I'm thinking
Mhm.
about this,
Yes.
wouldn't it be cool because you guys know that Todd is now he's kind of friendly with Marvel these days because he did the cover for Invincible.
He's friendly with money.
Yeah, exactly. But wouldn't it be cool if they were able to do, because he said he'll kill the Marvel if he's able to do the Spider-Man Spawn crossover event. But why not throw Angela in that story?
Because Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman
She's
can't
busy
say about it.
existing in a universe. Like she's doing things. Like,
But why
Angela-
not? Just for the hell of it.
Is Angela's more tied to the Marvel universe now than she ever was to Spawn?
But she is part of the Spawn universe, so why not put her in there?
I think
I would
because
see it.
I think because it becomes a piece of minutia, and it would be a Spawn
Dude,
Spider-Man
man,
crossover.
Yo,
and you're
you
throwing
could
another
write
character in for
nothing
no
in that
reason.
Story. The minute that comic comes out, it's gonna sell like freaking billions.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be huge. That comic.
It could be the worst story ever written, ever, and
And it
it
probably
still
will be.
makes money.
If Todd has anything to do with it, it won't be good. It'll look good.
He he can't help himself. He has to be involved in some way.
Yeah, well, that's
His character.
he's the reason why we haven't gotten a rebooted Spawn movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's also realized that he's part of that reason.
He could have $1 billion. Instead, he doesn't.
He's got enough.
I don't think he's worried about money.
Hey,
Like,
you ask
honestly, he's
anybody
not-
with a bunch of money whether they've got enough or not.
Yeah,
They're
but
gonna
he's
tell
not.
you they
He's
don't.
not worried about money like that.
Yeah,
He
he's not
doesn't
like
think about
that.
money like that. He wants to make money, yes, but he's not one of these guys that wants.
He's not
happy
selling
with
out.
millions rather than billions.
No,
Yeah, he's
he
not
wants-
selling out. He makes money.
His
if he
problem is
enjoys
he's
it.
being greedy. He wants a director and a producer credit when he should get a creative by credit. That's what he wants. He wants to make more money. He's being too greedy, trying to cash in, and he needs to let it go so he can be a billionaire and not a multi-billionaire.
But does it matter?
If you're
I
a
don't
Spawn
think- I
fan
don't
and you want a
think that- I
Spawn
don't
film, then yeah,
care
it does
about
matter.
that.
If you're like me and you don't care
No, but
about
I
a
think he
Spawn movie,
generally-
then it doesn't.
But I think he generally cares about Spawn enough to say that he doesn't want Spawn to be managed properly because of what happened with the first one. The first one was good, but if you look back, it's really campy.
I love the first one.
The
Yeah,
first
I
one
like the
is
first
a
one for what it's
really
worth.
good movie for the time, and it's
Yeah,
a
a
very,
good
very
film.
literal adaptation of the best Spawn story ever told. And if you just go and remake that with modern day CG, then
Well,
that
go
would be
back
a
and
good way to make
Go back with the animated
$700
series.
million.
The animated series made him a lot of money.
I don't know. I just think that
All right.
Todd
I
is
do
getting
not
in
give
his
a
own
rat's
way.
ass about Spawn. Love y'all.
Fair enough.
He just left. I'm out. So
I think that's the problem, is that not enough people care about Spawn.
I think I think Spawn has an
I 100%
extremely
agree.
big. I think Spawn has an extremely big fan base.
I
Yeah.
think Spawn has an extremely loyal fan base, and they're very
loyal fan
niche.
base as well. They'll eat up anything.
Yeah, he's a cool character, man.
So that's that.
He
I think
looks
there,
cool.
there are plenty of
After 11
characters out
o'clock.
there that are more obscure than Spawn that have the same level of dedication and loyalty.
I feel weird.
Got
It's
cool
after 11
toys.
o'clock, and I have to go to work here soon.
You see now, I thought we were gonna be like logo talkers.
No, I just seen that it's after 11 when Taylor smoked bomb. I'll check the time, and I have to work. Unfortunately, on my off day due to the holiday busyness. But
Ouch.
I'm about to bail fast here. But y'all feel free to hang out and talk backstage and all that. But I got to dip. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Peace.
Happy New Year.